Now, I've started recording. There you go.
Sweet. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm Ohrisu, and I'm speaking with Seth Vinray here from Catastrophic Level Events. Well, I call him Seth. What do you call yourself, mate?
Well,
Huh?
I am Jamie McHugh, CEO and founder of Catastrophic Level Events, but my online gamer tag is Seth Vinry, has been since the birth of Xbox Live, and I am the only Seth Vinry on the planet. You can even Google it.
Yeah,
Just to show
true.
off.
I remember you told me to
Just to
Google
show
that shit.
off.
I'm like, there's no fucking... Yeah, he's the
I am
only,
the only
fucking
one
Seth Vinray
on the planet.
on the planet.
On planet
So
Earth.
that's a very unique name.
Yeah, so Google it. You'll never find it. And if there is a Seth Vinry out there, it's me. So yeah, that's me. Hi, how you doing? Fabulous. How are you? Ohrisu, Squirrel. You don't go by Squirrel anymore.
I don't go by Squirrel anymore. No.
No.
What ended up happening was, oh fuck! When I first joined Xbox, I was drunk on that night. I was pretty hammered. So I bought the console. I was so happy. It came with Halo. And it was a limited edition console, so it had like the Halo design and the Halo controller. And I was hammered, and I was like, "Fuck! I want to come up with a cool name." And I was thinking, but I kept drinking and drinking. There was a game that I played on the original console.
It was Clanker, wasn't
called
it? No.
Conker.
Conker, that's right. Conker Reloaded.
Conker's Reloaded, yeah. And there was obviously the reference to the Terminator movie, so they had the squirrels and they were in war with the bears. So I just said Squirrels of War, and there it was. And it stuck for many years where everyone never really just called me by my name. There was always Squirrels.
It's always
Squirrels.
Squirrels. Believe it or not, I have intact an original copy of the game with the game sleeve.
Are you fucking serious?
I am serious. I still have it.
Bro, don't sell it. Sell it to me.
I'm surprised it's not up here on the up here. That's all Xbox One gear, but I will find it because I am moving. We're moving home, moving office, moving everything, and I did find a whole bunch of dude, I have like an original PlayStation 2 Final Fantasy 7 in its original case with the discs in fairly okay order, just sitting in a box. Hey?
Did they port Final Fantasy 7 to PlayStation 2?
I think so. I think so. But I've got all the old school. I've even got Black. You know that crazy gun game that came out on the original Xbox.
Yeah.
Knights of the Old Republic. You know, the original Time Splitters. I've still got that as well. That was a great game.
It was a great game. I fucking loved Black. Black was revolutionary in my opinion.
Great gunplay. Awesome gunplay.
Oh,
the gunplay was just tight, and the sounds.
Oh, it was very straightforward though. You just kind of run to point A to point B, and gun comes down for like hours and hours and hours.
Yeah, it was really good.
It was really good. It's something simple. It was really good.
It was. Well, we're getting off topic now. Get back on topic.
Yeah, let's get back on topic. Just kind of write down some things.
I'm going on the fly. I've just got it all in my brain. I'm just going off the fly.
Oh,
and if you see my eyes darting around, it's because I've got like 3 screens here, and I've just got stuff
got a massive
up.
Gangster setup. Whatchamacallit. So yeah, there's it's not many things. Obviously, there's a few new games that I wanted to talk about. Obviously, there's new stories popping up when it comes to the gaming industry. COVID-19 is something you didn't want me to bring up, but I thought it would be funny to rant on about my situation and your situation. So I don't want to get too political or not really political at all.
I don't want to go into the political aspects. Like I'm a big fan of a Rebel News reporter called Avi Yemeni.
Avi, yeah,
and
I love that guy.
Avi's dope. I love him. I love how he just gets in there and he takes it to the cops. He takes it to the courts. He takes it to the fake media news like Channel 7, Channel 10, Channel 9, all of those guys. I mean, they seem to focus on things, you know, that just aren't important in the world right now. I even saw a report today, esports related, and it was Koshi on that morning show. right? And there was a report, a study done, by an actual university that real professional esports gamers burn as much calories while gaming as someone that can do like 1,000 sit-ups, like 400 odd calories. And they're just joking and laughing, go, yeah, no, my son does this when he plays his games, and that's probably the reason, and rah, rah. And they were literally just mocking and taking the piss out of esports. And as far as I'm concerned, is defamation to people like me who are actually in the esports industry. You want to make a mockery of something? Make a mockery of the people that have stuffed up the entire COVID process, and the dickheads are out having parties, giving COVID to people. Report some real bullshit, but don't sit there and knock down my industry when you haven't got a clue. That's all I'm going to say about that. But like I said, when it comes to COVID, I'm keeping up. I watch a lot of Avi, a lot of other news reports, and everything else due to COVID. Now, for me, COVID's been great. It really has. All to it, bring more COVID, bring another, bring an Omega strain instead of the Delta strain, for crying out loud. Because of that, we were able to get more government funding, more people were at home, more people were playing games, more people getting online, and we were actually able, since everything was shut down, to actually help build our company in the shadows, in the darkness. In the shadow of this entire pandemic, and actually come out the other side really strong, ready to rock and roll. It is a shame that there is a handful of people that decided that they want to go and get the rest of the country sick because they felt like it. To you dickheads, die well. But, you put a whole bunch of people at risk, and you shouldn't have done that. So just think about it. But for us, we were able to dip into some of our what do you call it, super funds, get some extra cash out, put it towards buying equipment like cameras, lighting, business insurance, business mentors, really get some gear, buy Xboxes and other gear to really get this business up and running, pay for our website, advertising and things like that. So we've done all right. We've done really well. And I think if it wasn't for the pandemic, we'd still be, still a seed company. Our first event is actually ready to launch in the first weekend of September this year. And we've been operating for 3 years. And for those 3 years, it's pretty much been COVID. So we've actually done well, considering it all. But you, on the other hand, I heard you've had a hell of a time. You haven't done well, mate.
I haven't been doing great.
No.
So I guess where to start with that is where I've hit a major wall. So back a couple years ago, I was doing YouTube almost full time. I wanted to be I didn't want to do it for fame or anything like that. That wasn't my intention. Just to
bugger around, to have a go, take a shot.
I just wanted to see, because I took a look at big YouTubers like Markiplier, PewDiePie, and all that sort of stuff, and I go, man, the Markiplier, for instance, he was almost finished his college, his university, and he pretty much said, you know what, it's because I'm overwhelmed with something that he actually likes doing, which is YouTube, compared to his university. He was like, no, you know what, I'm gonna not finish university and do YouTube full time. And now look at him now. But when I look at, specifically because my parents told me, they're like, oh, you gotta go to uni, you gotta study, become something and do something and get a career and something. And I go, well, fuck, I mean, if they could do it, why couldn't I? So it's exactly what I did. But I was still working side jobs. I was a security officer, and I was working at nightclubs and stuff like that. And I was doing well. I was doing reasonably well. There were certain things that I was
besides getting your head kicked in every Tuesday night down at the Tattersalls or whatever it was.
Yeah, every Tuesday, sometimes every Friday, Saturday, Sunday, there was always a fight happening at the nightclub, so I always had to deal with that. And I got beat up pretty hardcore because I wasn't the biggest security guard there.
Wasn't there a time where there was guys waiting for you outside the club because one guy's girlfriend came onto you? I remember you told me a story like that. That sounded crazy.
Yeah, it wasn't even intentional. That's the thing. Like,
No.
I was just doing my basic fucking patrol, and I hit the bar, the main bar, and I'm just trying to pour water, and there's fucking people everywhere. So I get bumped, right, and try to pour as much water into the glass I can get, because it's hot in the club. And I'm standing there drinking water, and this girl, she's like in her own fucking world, obviously, and she does it as a joke. She's like doing this, right? And she actually just chats with me, and she's like, I fucking hate it here. And I go, it looks like you're fucking having fun. And she pretty much just started a conversation about nightlife, what she's getting up to. And then I go, like, so where's your boyfriend? Like, because I saw you, I let you guys in. Where is he? Because I'll like chat with him too. Since you're chatting with me, where's your boyfriend? Let's gather together. And my shift was almost finished. And she turned around, looked for him. She walked off without even saying goodbye, which I didn't care. I thought maybe she was just going to go bring the guy.
Yeah, yeah.
She couldn't find him, so she came back and she's like, I don't know where he is. So we started continuing chatting for a good hour and a half till my radio went off. I was like, hey, we can see you. Can you walk around, please? So, you know, I kept walking around doing my thing. And I went to the smoking area, lit up a cigarette. So far, there she is with a group of other girls, and there's a bunch of other guys there. And she turns around, chats with me. And when she's smoking, right, she puts the cigarette, takes a puff, and then puts her arms around me like that.
Uh-huh.
And me thinking, like, she said that she had a boyfriend.
Right.
So, like, I'm starting to, like, look, my eyes, like, going, just,
Darting.
you know, looking around.
Where's this guy?
Like,
He's watching me. I know he is.
Oh. Thank you, Lisa. I got like this little anime girl that speaks on the computer, gives me notifications.
Oh,
So
good stuff.
it would have popped up on my audio. The thing is I started looking left and right, a bit worried, and then, you know, she went in, you know, like just chatting, getting more closer. Me being a dude, obviously, you know, the arm went around lower to her waist and all that sort of shit. And we just got along. And then she just went out. We started making out on the back door.
That's where you went
where the
wrong.
smoking area is. Where I was working, I mean, I fucking went all up in there, bro. Like, I said, fuck it. And my boss comes out that back door, and he just looks at me. I'm grabbing this chick's ass, making out with her, and then I stop and turn around. My boss is just like, good job.
Good job.
Good job, mate.
Good job, mate.
And shut the door. And then, like, literally, one of her dumbass fucking friends decided to pass the message along. So, I'm done making out with her. I go, alright, I'll see you later tonight. She's like, yeah, like, where do you live? I go, I'm literally down the fucking road. So, I go back into the club, and next thing, this fucking big Lebanese guy with 3 of his mates, right, fucking tried to start shit with me.
Right,
and
right.
he grabbed me on my shirt, yanked me, I fucking defended myself. But all the other guards were already on the job, you know, they were there, they were making their way there. And they're all Samoan and Tongans, and they got involved, so it didn't happen. We kicked them out. I was told to stay into the club. Because if I head to the front door, it's just a fight, it's going to break out.
That's right.
But they wouldn't leave.
Yeah.
So they literally went across the street and were waiting for the club to finish. They were there because the club, they know the club closes at 2 o'clock every night.
Yeah.
2 a.m. So it was like at 1:56. I looked at my watch and I'm just like, fuck. And I can see through the window
Waiting for
3
you.
fucking Lebos just like ready to go at it. And as we kicked everyone out and we're shooing everyone off, straight off the bat, I just hear the loud footsteps whacks me right in the side of the face. I get knocked down to the ground, and then I get put in a chokehold. Then the guard comes up behind him and puts him in a chokehold. And as I get free, I get another hit to the side of the face by his mates, and then my other guards jump in, they tackle. I get tackled by some random, who's not even part of them, for some reason wanted to fucking have a go at me.
Just want to fight.
They just wanted to fight, so I ended up losing like one of my teeth on the side here. I had a big black eye. Cops came out of nowhere. It was just a clusterfuck of
I remember you looked pretty bad after that. You're all busted up and
I was busted up,
bruised.
and I ended up fucking his girlfriend though. Fuck him. She came over.
Oh, you're a demon. You're a demon of a kid. Look at you.
Bro,
You're
I
a
was like,
demon
your
of a
mom
kid.
said to me, but it was worth it.
Yeah, 2 blocks chalk up your missus. Yeah, love it. That's what you get, mate. That's what you get for giving me a hiding.
I was turning on my Xbox. I was like, fuck it. That was a fucked up night. I'm gonna game, see if Seth's online. Of course he's online. I'm like, yeah, alright. And then I hear a knock on the door, and it was her. And I was just like, fuck, alright. We had a few drinks, and let's get it on.
That's crazy.
Sugar.
I'm surprised you don't. Didn't you? We used to have a soundboard every time we used to talk about things like that. You used to have like you'd hit a button and just be like, "Bam, chicka, wow, wow."
Oh yeah.
You know, or a little bit of Barry White, just ooh. But a Marvin Gaye just starts coming out of nowhere.
You know what? I know
Hilarious.
you won't be able to hear it, but I'll be able to just play it here. It will show up on my. I'm playing. Can't get enough of you.
Can't get
Love
enough,
Baby.
you love baby.
I fucking love that. Barry White's the best.
All
And we
right.
are still badly getting off topic.
We went on.
Yeah.
So we're going back to you working during COVID or trying to work during COVID.
COVID was I would have to say it's a bit of a blessing, but a massive curse. You see, I have now hit a wall where I've lost the passion to do YouTube. I'm trying to do certain things, you know. I've been a little bit more active on my YouTube channel recently. But in saying that, it doesn't feel right with me from how I was before. I used to be very outgoing, very energetic, and it wasn't fake. Because I started noticing on a lot of YouTubers, you know, the intro starts as a big slap or some typical EDM music, and you know, it's just them yelling like, "What's up?" Fuck it. I hated that fake bullshit. But I would have that.
Yeah, it was like a 1980s Radio Shack. We got crazy prices. They have like stupid noises like, you know. Yeah, no, I hate. I hate those. I hate them. I hate them too. I think they need more genuine people. But believe it or not, they're the people that get like 800k views, so it must work. You know,
it must work.
It does work. You know, it gets people's attention, but.
I can't put myself to that level.
I can't do it. I think because when you were doing YouTube, we collabed on a few videos, about 7 or 8.
Dying Light was my favorite that we did.
Yeah, like I mean, we were in Dying Light, setting zombies on fire and kicking them off cars, off bridges,
the double kick,
doing some crazy stuff. You know, doing like you know, sniper headshot compilations and. You know, running around just being stupid, like on GTA 5, and you know.
Oh wow.
That were great. That was old school. That was what was his name? That was another guy we had with us, Ambrose.
Yeah.
Ambrose used to jump on with us, and that we did all right. But you know,
should we bring up the history of Ambrose?
No, I don't think we won't go into that. Ambrose might see this, so. But look, mate, you ran into a bit of a problem. I know you had a crazy ex there that no names mentioned. You know, and you lost a lot of your videos. Plus, there was a whole big scandal about YouTube, you know, re-examining the content that they were putting out there because they were getting trouble for children accessing adult content and things like that. And a lot of your stuff was very adult orientated, lots of swearing, lots of, you know, jokes at politically correct topics, which we won't go into. But, you know, I really enjoyed your channel. I did. I really enjoyed your channel. I watched a lot of your videos. And even the ones that we collabed on, man, I watched them repeatedly because I just thought they were that good. Not to toot my own horn. But you know that were actually really, really good. You know, mixed up with a bit of Metallica and Death, and it was actually really cool. But you know, the fact that you lost all of that, I don't blame you for not wanting to keep going. Like, if I'm surprised you even tried to kick back on. And I saw a couple of your videos last night. I really enjoyed them. I thought they were hilarious. There was that one where there was, at the very end, it was like 4 minutes of just laughing fits. You and a couple of mates, you just lost it and you broke down, and it was just laughing in the background.
Call of Duty Warzone.
Yeah, because some kid couldn't find the stairs and they were up behind him, and everyone's like, "Turn around!"
He's so stupid. I love him.
Then someone was behind him, shot him
at Mazda. Me and the other guy, Tommy. So it's Omar and Tommy, and we decided to play COD. When I first started at Mazda, we were all just, because I was a new boy there. So since there were young dudes just like me, even though I'm way older than them.
Now you got the job at Mazda before COVID, yeah, or during?
Way before COVID.
Way before COVID. So you were pretty much there the whole time through COVID.
Yeah, I was there through...
Because they shut down all the nightclubs and that due to COVID, and then you had to change jobs, right?
No, so it was kinda. It was like... So I was there part of Mazda before COVID, and then, this is the funny thing about this. I started looking at videos of my favorite YouTubers way before COVID. And what ended up happening was I started noticing that they said, like, oh, it's getting difficult because of this pandemic. And I go, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And I looked at the dates and backtracked everything. And I was like, well, obviously the States went through it first. But it seems like I try to look at the news reports and stuff like that for the States of COVID. The dates where they were posted. And there was no such sign or news report of COVID-19 at the time of the YouTube postage. And they were talking about this pandemic. So I didn't think anything of it, so I continued my job at Mazda. And then we had a big meeting. The big bosses of Mazda came down, and John Newell, who was the owner of that Mazda dealership, pretty much said that there's a virus going along, and automatically, which cracked me up, beside me was my mate Omar, and he was just like, zombie virus, please be zombie virus. And,
zombie apocalypse! We've been waiting for this.
Yeah, all the gamers will be like, yeah!
Yeah! Give us back our guns!
I think I have a friend who's got an actual zombie survival handbook.
Yeah. No, considering we're in Australia and they took all of our guns away from us, our zombie apocalypse would just be dying light. Us getting, mediocre things like, a couple of pencils, sticky tape to a baseball bat, and that's our weapon because that's all we can find. Or machetes linked up to like V8 like 9-volt batteries and stuff. That's all we can afford. We haven't got guns here.
That zombie apocalypse will be very chaotic. But we had the meetings and all that, and they said the virus was coming, so hours would be changing, and then it just got worse and worse to the point where I stopped working all entirely. And I'm on the governmental benefits now with Centrelink. I'm getting about $7.50 per week, but because of everyone asking on Centrelink, they're overwhelmed. So like my payments are sometimes delayed by a few days to sometimes a week. Yeah. And because of like I said, COVID is a blessing, but it's also a curse, and I would say more of a curse than a blessing. It's only 1% curse, 99% curse and 1% blessing. Is the fact that I can pretty much be at home and do YouTube videos full time and receive benefits from the government until this whole thing blows over. But because I hit the wall, I don't know what to do anymore, because I have lost not just the drive to do YouTube videos, but the way the games are going today from how they were before.
The state of it all.
It's just I can't do it anymore. I can't play them anymore. I get into a game that it's been broadcasted and advertised to be one of the greatest games on the planet and whatever, and then when I get it, invested, when I bought it at the store, when I bought it online, and I've been like, I can't wait, and put it in, it downloads and loads, and I go, here we go, I got my snacks and my drinks, and 10-15 minutes I'm yawning. And I go, I don't get it.
Where's the immersion? Where's the excitement? Where's the new worlds? Where's the character building? Where's the characters you fell in love with? You know, like Link and, you know, Master Chief. And, you know, like they just... It's all the same old shit. Oh, again and again and again. No, and I feel you. I mean...
I used to... My top games was Skyrim Special Edition and Fallout 4. Yeah. Fallout 3 and... Forza, Dead Rising, Devil May Cry, Bayonetta, and obviously now because Cyberpunk 2077 is out, I mean it's been out for a while now, but like a lot of people were having issues with Cyberpunk 2077. I never really had many issues.
Neither did I.
Surprisingly,
I didn't have. I bought mine on PC and mine ran fine. I didn't have, you know. I think there was one occasion. You know how you walk out of your apartment, go downstairs, take the elevator, and you walk out the front and the stairs. A car just exploded for no reason right near me.
Yeah.
And I had my headphones on and the volume was up and this massive explosion of debris come up and I'm like, what the fuck was that? What's going on? Something happened there. And then I'm just like, okay. And then just went on my merry. And nothing else happened. But yeah, there was like just a car, like the innards of a car just sitting there on the side of the road. And shrapnel and crap everywhere, and everyone was like ducking, going, "Oh my god, what happened?"
I remember the funniest thing I saw for Cyberpunk was two things.
I just thought it was Taliban just blowing shit up. Just
no, it wasn't Taliban. I thought you said you didn't want to get political, Seth. What was I was walking near a highway, and a car drives through the barrier, but it keeps going. It just goes.
That breaks the immersion.
It breaks the immersion.
It really does.
And the second thing was, I don't know what's going on in the background there. The second thing was, I watched an NPC who looked different from a lot of the NPCs that I saw. And he just walked, hopped in the car, and the car exploded.
That was a car bombing. That was just a straight up car bombing.
Yeah, it was a straight up fucking car bombing.
He ripped some dude off last week, and... He got fucked up.
He got screwed up. But
he got done.
Cyberpunk was a lot of fun. I finished it. Keanu Reeves being Keanu Reeves. I love him.
I love Keanu. Everyone loves Keanu. Keanu's our favourite Hollywood star.
He's the nicest person.
Even though he doesn't even act like a Hollywood star. Like, I wouldn't even call him a Hollywood star because he doesn't even act like the rest of those douchebags.
No,
he's actually
the thing is I wish
he's normal.
I was famous enough on YouTube so I can go... Keanu Reeves do a podcast with me, and he actually fucking I would love to chat with Keanu Reeves.
I could talk to him all day long, and we probably wouldn't even talk about movies. We just talk about random shit. It'd be boring probably
smart,
for everyone.
Sophisticated gentleman.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah.
He's very he wouldn't joke. I don't see him as a joker or like a dude who could sit there and chill with you. I feel like there was an interview, it's like they asked him one question and it took him like literally 30 to a minute to think before he came up with an answer.
Yeah.
And like...
He thinks about before he talks, so...
Yeah,
well,
he's just... I think it'll be difficult to talk to because he's so smart.
Yeah, and he's got a lot to say.
A fucking retard.
You know. So let's talk about some... since we're on the subject of YouTube and lackluster and we don't know where we're going and what we're doing and anything like that, what games do you see coming in the future that we might be able to do something on? Because there is a few games I have in mind, but your game, this is the thing everyone needs to understand, is that your gaming preference is completely different to mine. See, I like... I won't say I like MMOs, but I like multiplayer games because I find that I have more fun with people, with friends, laughing, chatting, joking, doing stupid stuff, enjoying company with my friends, where you're more of a, I want to be immersed in the game, I want a good story and good characters and good environments and single player, and I sort of, you're kind of like the hermit. I want to be by myself and I want to enjoy this, and I don't want someone talking behind me because that just wrecks the immersion. You're like that real anal guy at the movie theater. It's like, shut up, I'm trying to watch a movie.
Oh, yeah. am because
You
like
are,
fucking,
and I
I
get
got
it.
the missus, I got the girlfriend, right, and she just keeps. We watched a classic Jet Li movie called Romeo Must Die.
I love Romeo Must Die. That was with that chick that died in the plane crash.
Yeah, it's such a shame. I loved it. She was hot.
What was her name?
Amazing.
Her name was
Alicia, not Alicia, or whatever. Oh, man.
yeah. I know. Oh, don't
bring
look.
up my old
You
crap.
gotta look it up. Yeah. She did that. She did that song.
She don't succeed.
Yeah. Dust yourself off and try again.
Pick
Yeah,
yourself
that's her.
up and try again.
Yeah, that's
try
her.
again.
Yeah, no, great movie.
A mad movie, and like my girlfriend just kept going. Wait, so did he kill him?
What's
Or did
going
the other guy
on?
kill him?
Oh my God! What is he doing?
Shut the fuck up!
It's
Watch
like
the fucking movie. Like there were points I was just like, nah, you know what? I'll watch it next time.
Yeah.
And
Yet when
now
my
I wanna
wife
watch-
does it, she's like, "Oh my God, do you know what's going on?" I'm like, "Yeah, old mate's doing that and doing that." Oh, okay. Like, yeah. No, I'm not an asshole. No.
I'm an asshole because I fucking told her. Like,
That's it.
everyone's told me. Everyone's, including you. Everyone's told me like I'm a bit of an asshole.
You are. You make me so cranky when we play games sometimes. You make me so angry.
Because
So cranky. I want to rage on you sometimes.
I got hatred coming from my own cousins. Like, because they're way older than me, but like they started getting into gaming and they were playing Call of Duty, obviously. And like I don't like Call of Duty, but they're like, "Oh, come join us, cousin," you know. And they can't play for shit, right? Obviously, because they're not gamers, you know. They're not hardcore. They haven't been doing it for years. So like, I was with two guys that kept dying over and over again, and I had to save them, and then I end up getting killed in the process. And then when that happens, it's just like I can't play the game because we keep dying and getting reset back into the main menu. So it's like, I don't want to play with you guys anymore. And then they had the audacity to send a message to my brother and go be like, "Oh, how come your brother doesn't play with us? I think he thinks he's better than us." I go,
I am.
I don't want to say that.
We
though.
are better than you.
I
You are
just
trash.
I don't want to say that though.
I
But,
know.
like,
You want to be nice to people, yeah, because you want to game with them eventually when you've got no one to game with. But no,
and if I don't have anyone else to game with,
I get it.
Seth,
I get it.
I'm happily being my little
And that's
gerbil self.
my whole original point is you are happy to play by yourself with yourself.
Oh yeah. It just
Touch
really makes
yourself. Be
me-
by
I touch
yourself.
myself. I touch myself hardcore every single night.
So
when I
before we
cry.
get into our next subject, we're already 30 minutes in. Why don't we go and grab a drink and pop back? So we'll hit the pause button and then we'll
Okay.
get
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back.
Welcome back. Had a
Took
break.
a little break.
Yep.
Yeah.
Had a drink. We're all good. Sorted
Yeah.
on this big ass podcast.
Yeah.
So, Ohrisu, next gen console gaming. How do you feel about it now? I know the new you got rid of your Xbox. I know you got rid of your Xboxes. You weren't interested in getting the new consoles, and you're just going to stay on PC. Is this correct?
Oh yes, that's 100%.
You're going to stay on the PC. Well, I own like 8 Xboxes because of the business. If anyone's asking, what do you need 8 Xboxes for? So I can, run a business off it. Eventually, we'll end up having different consoles, PCs, and whatnot. But let's go to all the games, the next gen games that are coming out. So a few that I'm really looking forward to is definitely Battlefield 2042. I am extremely happy that they have decided to go back to advanced warfare fighting. So keen. New vehicles, new guns, all futuristic technology. They even have a robotic dog that you can whistle and goes across the battlefield and go and wreck some dude, which seems cool. They got hovercrafts, helicopters. They got all kinds of new vehicles, all kinds of new guns, all new types of maps. They've even got what I really like because it goes with the theme of my company as catastrophic events. They have cyclones and hurricanes and tornadoes and earthquakes and all kinds of cool stuff. I hope they'll have a tsunami and a meteorite that comes down here because that would be awesome because that just fits into everything that is everything catastrophic events, which I think is brilliant. I wish we could have collabed with them on that because that would have been good. But there,
There's a lot more to Battlefield as well when it comes to that game. It's also that you have the ability to control how you create your game as well. Like for instance, if you want to have guys from World War One or World War Two fight against modern army, you can do that.
Yeah, it's
Or
called
if you
Portal,
wanna
isn't it?
do-
Yeah, Portal.
Yeah, Portal. So you can just fucking have fun. Which what was it? It was the tech demolition bots against one tank, which I thought was hilarious. It's completely revolutionizing on how we make games. Although there was one project that some guy, and you can't really find this anyway because this was all word of ear. A friend of mine sent me an email saying that because he makes adult games, which is around my sort of job and industry that I'm into and that I'm going through at the moment.
You mean naughty games with boobies?
Naughty girl. So, if I had to explain who I was, basically I use Skyrim Special Edition, which I've modded, and we have the small company of Ohrisu and Evelyn the Immortal, which is a good buddy of mine named Karam. We pretty much banded together to create a type of world, which the world is very simple. Ohrisu, or Risu, is the character that my name is kind of based off. She's a succubi who's kind of pushed out of hell and stuck in the world of Tamriel and Skyrim. So she has to kind of adjust to that. Other than that, we are all in this adult industry sort of thing. And my buddy of mine who does these sort of games said, I decided to make something completely different. I haven't posted it anywhere, I'm afraid to, but I want to kind of hope to make a Halo game like Battlefield. And I go, that's going to be difficult because if you take a look at the elites, they're fucking massive.
Yeah.
It'll be kind of unfair. But he's like, well, look, man, take a look at the game itself of Halo. I mean, humans went against elites in multiple scenarios of the wars, and yeah, a lot of them died, and soldiers win as well. And obviously, you got Spartans. But wouldn't that be cool, like a Halo universe with a Battlefield aesthetic to it? Like, there's weight when the cars drive around and bump around. There's the wind blowing from the dirt and all that when a helicopter lands, like, you know, and you got the tanks and the echoes. Now just add all those effects from Battlefield, but put a Halo skin on it.
Yeah,
He
well,
thinks that would be fucking gangster.
to go off that, the new game that's coming out, the new Halo, is Halo Infinite, which is on its way out, and it hit a lot of mixed reviews. A lot of people were like, "Hey, those graphics, they're from 2010. What are you doing? Like, it looks no better, if not worse, than it was when you came out. It's like you grabbed the old game and then you tried to revamp it. Now you're selling it as a new thing."
Pretty much.
And a lot of people are very upset at that. And they're also upset is that all the trailers and everything were actual, not in-game footage. It was all CGI animatronics. And there was no actual gameplay. It was just all made up. So a lot of people are a little upset about that. But I'm with you. I think putting a Halo skin on Battlefield would be really cool.
It'd be fucking awesome. Yeah, it's not going to happen, but it still would be awesome.
Get rid of that. No one wants COD anymore. Like, COD is just a game for children.
COD is a game that's never going to die because you got too many fucking 12-year-old teeny boys who like to teabag people for enjoyment. It doesn't matter. That game, that's not even a game for me.
It is for children. It's a child's game, and if you're an adult and you're playing that and think you're hard, you're not. You're literally just playing with yourself and just want young teenage boys to gently blow onto the back of your ballsack.
Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. The one thing I loved about Call of Duty was it's not only its cinematic, but its Hollywoodness. It was just a thrill ride.
Exactly, you know, and then because they started throwing people in there like John Rambo and all that, they just sort of glorified, and it was just
but that's just multiplayer.
It's
you know, that's
terrible.
Just being stupid and multiplayer.
It's
but what I'm talking about
game.
is like when Advanced Warfare first came out. Like, a lot of people obviously didn't like it. I didn't care what they were talking about. What I cared about was the beginning is when you're dropping, like, you skydive, but, you know, from space onto a planet, and how you use the boosters to land, and you see the ice, and then the big planet, and you pull the weapon down, and then you tactically... Like, that's a cinematic, awesome thing that a movie cannot do because that would cost millions of dollars
Cost a
to
lot of money.
replicate that. And I just love how Call of Duty did that. It was cool.
Yep.
It was cool.
It
but
was
that's
cool.
all it is.
But that's all that, and that's all that was.
Yeah, that's
they
all it
didn't.
is.
Ever since then, they haven't done anything good. And even before then, they didn't do much good. Look, don't get me wrong, and you're like, oh, you've probably never played it. I have played every single Call of Duty game there is, from the very first one to the big red one to number 2 to Rising Sun. Rising Sun, that was actually Medal of Honor. But I played all of the Medal of Honors. I played all of the Call of Duties. I've had a copy of every game. I thought they were great. Call of Duty World War was one of my favorites because I love that in close trench, blood and mud, flamethrowers, and that was great. I had a good time playing that. But literally, like, this new battle royale trash that you are convincing people is good is not good. It is terrible. It's a terrible way to play a game.
Battle Royale.
You're the last one standing. You're the best. No, it's whoever cheats the most is the best. And you know it's true. You all cheat. You all wall hack. You all do it. And those who don't are the ones that die in the first 50 of the 100 players. And that is true because they jump in and they're like, yeah, let's do it for real. It is not a battle simulation. It's nowhere close to being a battle simulation. The fact that someone can sit there and jump and shoot a gun and jump and bounce off a wall. In a real battle simulation, we have a thing called fatigue. You can't jump endlessly and still shoot a gun. You get tired. You get muscle atrophy. You slow down and then you're like, oh, I can't even because Mom. Get over it, guys. Create a real game, a real battle. They still even do it in Battlefield. I was even playing Battlefield last night. I was back in the Hurt Locker. Love the Hurt Locker, Operation Locker, Battlefield 4, best map ever. And just in there, and dude, the amount of sweaty little 12-year-olds just jumping around corners and shooting. I'm like, mate, yeah, okay, you got the kill. You think you're great because you can spam the space bar while shooting a mouse. Like, come on. Like,
oh, bro.
I was sitting 200 meters back up there before, sniping all of yous with a straight scope. Wasn't quick scoping, wasn't seeing if there was anyone hiding, or wasn't using any hacks, and I owned you guys completely. But
surprisingly, Seth is a fucking really good player. I remember the session we had. It was just me and you because we're waiting for other players.
That was wasn't Sandstorm. I think it was Storm.
That was Locker.
That was no. The one you're remembering is the one we were on the islands where the big ship crashes up on the island.
That was with Ambrose. I meant like only recently when we got back together.
Oh yes, we did, didn't we? I forgot about that.
Locker.
We were in the locker and we were hunting each other with shotguns. That was hilarious.
I hate that shotgun, bro. It's bullshit, but it's not bullshit.
I'm bad. I'm gonna say that I'm bad with a shotgun to the point that I'm really good with a shotgun to the point where it's bad. Like if you see me on the battlefield and you see me with a shotgun, run away.
Well, there's since we're talking about games, there's actually a few things that I wanted to actually call out on. Obviously, Steam right now, since I'm a PC gamer, there's a lot of mad deals happening on Steam.
Yes.
I bought for literally $15. I bought Doom Eternal. Funny enough, because my computer
didn't work.
It doesn't work.
It doesn't.
I didn't check the requirements. That's my mistake. But when I get the upgrades and stuff like that, I'll be able to play it. But there's a few good games that are right now on Steam. And this crazy one, Tetris Effect Connected, it's going for $42. Looks fucking insane, and it's just a fucking Tetris game.
Yes.
We got the Sekiro Shadows Die Twice going for $89. I never played it, want to play it, just not willing to spend that much because I'm a cheap bastard.
Yeah.
Car Mechanic Simulator 2021, which I love the fact that they got a GTR R35 Skyline. That's going for $47.37.
Subaru.
Ah, fuck you. And RuneScape, obviously free to play. Can't believe people are still playing that. Rust is still at a whopping $50 for what that game is. But there's this game that I definitely want to play. I will buy. Just a bit nervous in buying. Swords of Legends Online, which is an MMORPG, open world action RPG type game. It's from China, and it looks beautiful. Like, it looks beautiful. It's going for $55 or $56.
Yeah.
I definitely want to try that out. Now, this one I think, Seth, you would like because it looks good.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's going for $40.45. It's called Mortal Shell.
Mortal Shell.
Yes, it looks good. Not something I would play, but fucking looks good.
Let me have a look.
Judging by some of the images I'm seeing here, the HUD kind of gives me a Dark Souls vibe, but I'm not too sure.
So,
I haven't clicked into it yet.
Let's have a look. Mortal Shell is a deep action RPG that tests your sanity and resilience in a shattered world. Your adversaries spare no mercy, with survival demanding superior awareness, precision, and instincts. Possessors lost warriors track down hidden sanctums of the devout and face formidable foes. That actually does sound kind of awesome.
It looks good too, and I guess the next game for that, surprisingly, from $44 has done a 34% price decrease to $29.66. Is Monster Hunter World. Bought that before.
Yes.
I got so fucking confused in that game. It's just too much shit on my screen, so I just completely given up on it. The one game that I need to buy, still haven't bought. A lot of people give me shit for this. Is Red Dead Redemption 2.
I can't believe you have not been on that for... I mean, it's an amazing game. I mean, if anyone who's been out there and played it, it is fabulous. Now,
this game.
just to quote on it, just how good it actually is, and how in depth it actually is. I saw a YouTube video on it, and I thought I'd try it out. I actually went and grabbed just a random NPC, shot him in the head, right? Put him on my horse, and I took him back to camp. Pulled his body off and just threw him near the campfire, right? I actually sat there. It took a night or two, and I did a couple of things while I'm there, but I actually watched his body rot. The body actually started to decompose. The eyes sunk into the skull. His clothes fell flat. Rigor mortis had set in, and I literally didn't believe that it would happen until I actually did it, and I was like, wow, that's cool.
I never knew that.
It did. It took a while, but you can actually, like, now, if you leave a body out in the wilderness shot, it will just despawn. But if it's near you, you can literally sit there and watch it fade away over a course of a few days, which is pretty cool. Yeah, it was bonkers, and because I saw the video, and I'm like, that can't be real. I said, that can't be a real thing, and it was. Everything to the male testicles of a horse shrinking when you go to the snow, and the cold breath that comes out when you get to cold areas, and snowflakes falling on your clothes, and the impressions you leave if you tumble, roll, or slide into the snow. The impressions you actually leave, like you actually leave footprints in the ground when you walk. You can actually track people. It's that, and track animals that way. That you actually have a normal tracking thing, but if you don't use the tracking ability that is given the hunting sense, you don't need it. You actually look at the ground, and you can actually see the hoof of an animal and follow it, and see where it goes, and its droppings and everything. It's like really, really cool. It's really intense.
I'm looking at the video here.
It's bonkers. It's
bonkers
bodies
good. Of animals or people, when you killed them, and they track scavengers, and I was looking at the video. There were like scavenger birds actually eating the corpses.
Yeah, you can actually so if you say, because vultures are very they're worth a fair bit of cash. You can shoot an animal and sit there and just wait for the vultures to come, and then just shoot the vultures off the dead body, and pick them up, throw them in your wagon, and go and take them off in that. which is it's a great game. Now, this is now beside all that. I know I sound like I'm talking it up, but I don't like it, and I'm going to tell you why. Because if you were ever going to make a cowboy game, these are the things that must be in a cowboy game. Because I don't know about you, Squirrel, but I grew up on John Wayne, Clint Eastwood movies. You know, Heston, Bronson. Grew up on all those bad boys out doing the country western thing.
You're forgetting one.
I am. I can't remember. I'm not going to use my
Wild
brain.
Herb.
Who?
Wild Herb.
Oh yeah, Wyatt Earp. I just recently watched Tombstone, which was great with Kurt Russell, Val Kilmer, Sam Elliott. Bill Pullman wasn't in there. Both guys from Aliens 2, they were in there. I can't remember their names, but anyway, I'll be your Huckleberry. I love that movie, by the way. Back to what I was saying. The things that must be, as far as I'm concerned, in a Western video game like Red Dead Redemption is train robberies. You have to be able to run with your horse up the side of a train and rob the train. There has to be a chest or gold or jewelry or something. There has to be a train robbery, a big, great train robbery. They don't have it.
They should have it in the story?
Nope, there is no train robbery, right?
At all?
At all. There's no like if you're gonna go and do something like GTA where it's got its heists, there should be a railroad robbery heist. There just should be, as far as I'm concerned, right? There's no bank robberies, okay? You can't go and rob a bank. What did they do in the Wild West? They robbed trains and they robbed banks. Okay? That's just frankly with it. That's not in it either, you know? There's no stagecoach heists where there's a military escort in a stagecoach coming down with the payroll. Like, there's none of that. So you can't rob stagecoach scotches like a heist. There's no stagecoach heist. There's no railroad train heist. There's no bank heists. As far as I'm concerned, that's what you do in the Wild Wild West. Besides, have a gunfight down the street. What do they call that? A duel in the street? They call it something, don't they? It's got a name.
I'm looking at a video though now of a guy robbing a train.
Yeah, look, you can get on the train in that, but there isn't like a heist to get on there and kill all the bad guys and steal all the loot and the gold and rob the passengers and stuff.
So you mean
there's no specific mission right to go and do it. Like you can get on the train and jump on the train and do whatever, but there's no passengers on the train. There's no real passenger cars.
I'm looking at that right now. Looking at that right now. Well, I will send you the link.
Well, maybe I'm wrong. Okay, I'll admit I'll admit I'm wrong if I'm wrong. But there's definitely no bank robberies. There's definitely no stagecoach robberies. There's no heists of any kind. And you're literally just running around and, And the fact is, too, another thing that really annoyed me about the game is that if someone wants you, they'll come after you. If you upset somebody, if you just shoot them in the head, right? Not only can they follow you anywhere in the game and respawn and just come after you and come after you and come after you, what they can do is if they're with a friend, their friends can actually find you or your profile on Xbox Live. If you log out of the game and log into another server, that friend can then jump onto your profile, log into the new server that you have, and bring his game over, and they can continue to berate you and own you. If you leave and go to another one, they do it again, and they do it again. They call it slave owning, which I completely disapprove of. Even using those words for a start, but literally, it's happened to me a lot of times where, we came across some guys, we put our guns away, and they just shot us in the face. We went after them for retribution, snuck up behind them, shot them rather skillfully, and thought that would be that. But then they came back, and then they came back, and then they came back. And then we're like, right, we'll leave this server, we'll go somewhere else. Then we logged into another fresh server, and then they came back. And they kept coming back. And then we logged out again, and then went to another server. And they found us again and came back. So we were just like, that's ruined the game for us. Like, and we just turned the game off and just left it be. So we got really upset. And I say we, it was me and Poco that were playing. And one of our other friends, Shill. And it was really shit. It was really, really bad. I don't like griefers like that in games, and there should be some kind of a way you should be able to get away from toxic gamers like that, because there are a lot of them out there, and they, just because they know how to exploit a game mechanic like that, because the thing is too, if they spawn in on you, they actually spawn in your vicinity. They don't spawn somewhere randomly in the game. They'll actually spawn right near you.
Yeah.
And then just keep going. So they kind of need to, fix that, Give
them a bit of time so that they can find
or give you the option of like clicking on the person and saying report or ban or something like that. And then they no longer have access to join you in any server that you partake to. If you want to be left alone to just hunt and fish and do what you want without being, literally harassed, and a lot of people get upset about that. It goes back to things like bullying and intimidation and just griefing in general, trolling. I hope I'm using all the hip terminology of today's youth.
The hip terminologies.
Of today's youth. But to me, it's not good.
I want to play it. I still haven't played it. I mean,
it's a great game, and you should. Now, there is one game that I have to move on from what we were talking about. There is one game I've been looking forward to, and I think a lot of people have been looking forward to it. And it's a relatively game, genre that has gone completely unnoticed. Now, it's after a film. Now, this film was released, you're not even going to believe this, well over nearly 20 years ago. I'm going to tell you. Nearly 15 years ago. And it's Avatar. Now, the new films for the Avatar are supposed to be releasing this year, maybe next year, the way they dropped. But the game that's coming out is called Avatar: The Frontiers of Pandora. Now, I'm a huge Avatar fan. I still watch the movie today. I will rewatch it and rewatch it. I've got the extended version, the Blu-ray version. I just love the world. I love the concept of... not the concept of, what a strange planet with blue aliens. No, dickhead, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the struggle of an indigenous peoples who are trying to have their homes and be terrorized by a greedy corporation who are just there for the money. I like the fact that it is a struggling people who are happy to live their lives through ancient mythology and, beliefs, through their ancestral ties to their land. A lot like the native Aboriginals of Australia and the native Indians of America. They all lived on the land, loved their land, lived through the land, have great ties to their land. And then some white trash hillbilly group of dudes came up with guns and went, just shoot them all and cut all their trees down and, we'll make slaves of them or something. That's the side of the story I really like. And I like the fact that they were up against great odds. They were called savages. They had bows that were dipped in a neurotoxin. Their bones were birthed of like a hardened carbon fiber. They're extremely hard to kill and completely resilient. And the fact that they could dress them up, and the humans could have their avatar and go out there and interact with them and things like that was just even greater. But the fact that there was such a great threat, because they had the bombs, the technology, the planes, the guns, they overthrew them. And what I think is a great story of triumph and great sacrifice. You know, they lost their home and they lost their leader. They thought their imminent destruction was near, yet they overcome everything and came through. So that's what I like about Pandora. That's what I like about Avatar. And the fact that they're going to bring a game and you can actually go into that world and explore it and actually fight. So I'm just going to read a little bit here. Now, The Frontiers of Pandora is a first-person action-adventure game developed by Massive Entertainment, which is owned by Ubisoft Studio, in collaboration with Lightstorm Entertainment and Disney. Okay, so Disney's involved. I know a lot of people are going to frown. Oh, Disney, shit. Built using the latest iteration of the Snowdrop engine and developed exclusively for the new generation of consoles and PC. It will bring to life the alluring world of Pandora with all of its beauty and danger in an immersive open world experience. In this new standalone story, play as a Na'vi and embark on a journey across the western frontier on a never-before-seen part of Pandora and explore a living and reactive world inhabited by unique creatures and new characters and push back the formidable RDA forces that threaten it. So again, the RDA have poked their nose in. They want all of that metal that's in the ground, and you're going to have to stand up, learn skills, learn how to fight, have a good adaptation system, a skill system, learn new skills and fight back, which is going to be great. Hello. Welcome to our podcast.
Yeah, so right now we're still recording a podcast. It's now gone for an hour. And we're just talking about a game called Avatar, which is this one right here, which is not out yet, but it seems to be like a very... As Seth was going on about it, I'm looking at it now, and too good to be true.
Yeah, they usually are. But to me, I'm excited because I love Avatar. I'm a big Avatar fan, you know. And it's supposed to be coming next year, which is great. And it's going to be on the PS5 and the Xbox Series, the PC, Stadia, and Luna. So keep an eye out for that one. I'm going to give that a 4 stars. I reckon that's going to be great.
I'm not too sure about this game.
You're not too sure? Oh, well. Yeah, well, I mean, I as far as I know, it looks like it might... I don't know if it's going to be a co-op or a multiplayer. I think it might be in your area of single player immersiveness, but we'll see. We will see.
We will see, but because of all the shit that they're showing here, or like whatchamacallit, just scenes, you know?
Yeah,
it's not actual gameplay.
The last gameplay of the last game they made was trash, but you never know. Now, what else are we looking forward to? I know you're going to be looking out for Forza Horizon 5. You're a big Horizon fan. No? What? Oh! What's going on there? Have you and Horizon fallen out, have they? You're getting a divorce?
Fucking get me started on Horizon. Now.
I thought you were in love with that. So you like the Australian one, but the rest are trash.
Never liked the Australian one either.
Oh. Yeah, they didn't represent the Gold Coast, mate. Go the Goldies! Didn't represent. Not good enough. I didn't care
what they were representing. I didn't give a shit about its location. I wanted to drive cars that I know I would never be able to drive in my real life, right?
Right.
But me coming from a real life perspective of the JDM scene, I'm one of those Japan purists, I would say.
Go JDM. What's JDM for the people that don't know what JDM is?
Well, JDM is Japanese domestic market. So specifically, cars that are made in Japan are unique to Japan.
Okay.
Parts. It's parts. For instance, you know, if you want to buy a turbo for your car, people will go, "Is it JDM?" Which most people don't actually ask that. But if you go, "It's JDM," and they'll be like, "Oh, where'd you get it from?" Like, "Where was it made?" "Oh, it's made in Australia." It's not fucking JDM. JDM only means it's unique to Japan. Doesn't mean anything else. So, like, the car that I bought, the GT86, 2012 model. That's a model from Japan. It was made in Japan. It was just fucking flown here. So
So
I would have to say, yeah, so a Subaru. But a lot of the factories and stuff like that, like a lot of the Subaru models and a lot of the Toyota models were made in
I'll have a
Australia.
Subaru over Toyota any day.
Fuck
Just
you.
saying.
Anyway, so the thing is that JDM, I love everything about JDM, but it's the so-called JDM lifestyle that I had the privilege to enjoy and to live before COVID, and that was, and it always got ruined. It always got ruined. This is something I wanted to talk about. I don't care that the podcast is going over an hour. I really don't give a shit. This is something I want to talk about.
We'll edit that out.
No, we're not editing. Fuck you.
Oh, look, man, we can do 2 hours of footage here and still get an hour out of it, so we'd be all right. There's a lot of shit we've talked about right now we could cut out.
Yeah, well, we'll see. We'll see. I'll see how.
I don't know. Yeah, well, I don't know many people that will sit down for an hour and just listen to two people just rag on about whatever.
You'll be surprised. Anyway, so I lived my life, the so-called JDM life, right? And hang on, getting another notification. Thank you, Lisa, for that one. Okay, so when I bought my GT86, I drove it like a normal car and started seeing how people were customizing the cars. I wanted to do the same. I was a big anime fan, so I watched a lot of Initial D, hence I'm wearing the Fujiwara Tofu Shop t-shirt.
Oh, yeah.
I love it.
Love it.
And
it's from a show, I'm going to say.
It's got 86 written on the back there.
Yeah, righto. I'm oblivious to all the JDM stuff, so...
Yeah, well... I bought anything and everything for that car, and I loved it. And what I really cherished the most out of those times was, there's a place called the Royal National Park here in Sydney, which is a bit of a drive. When you go deep enough into the forest, it starts with like regular Aussie bushland to real deep forest, like moss and fucking birds and vines and shit. And every single time, because the roads are really wavy and they're clean and they're smooth, you will see, Sylvia's S15s, like old Japanese cars, Skylines and whatnot. And they always just fly past each other, trying to get the fastest they can on those roads. But there's a little small segment that you can go off-road, you park your car on your side, and it was just the moment of me and like 7 other buddies of mine with classic JDM cars, and we'll chill, we'll chat, and we'll talk about cars non-stop, right? There was something about being in that forest area with JDM cars, and me owning the 86, which is fully Fujiwara designed, black and white with the Fujiwara Tofu logo on the side. A lot of people kept beeping and saying hi, and like, oh my god, that's the Initial D car. The modern version of it, at least.
Okay.
It's not a classic, the one I wanted, which is a ridiculous fucking $80,000, which, for an old car from the 80s, that's a lot.
Yeah.
What was I saying? JDM and Japan was just my thing, and I loved it. I loved everything about Japanese culture and just the way it is, especially around cars.
And how does this have anything to do with Forza Horizon?
Has everything, because
Horizon.
That lifestyle that I was going for, the only escape that I could ever have when I went home was playing Forza. And all the cars that I bought were in Forza, in Horizon 4 and Horizon 3 were Japanese cars. That was the biggest list. So when I heard rumors that, maybe Horizon 5 would be set in Japan, I was like, sold. I will pay more than $100 for that game. A lot of people started pointing out, maybe Japan isn't the practical area to make a Forza game. I go, you're a fucking idiot. There's not much culture, and you're a fucking idiot. There is more amazingness in Japan than there is Mexico.
Yeah.
Now, I've been to Mexico. Yeah. Alright? And if you drive an expensive car like that, it won't be there for long after you park it. Okay, I'll tell you that. And there's no matter what time and age, there ain't gonna be no fucking Forza events happening in Mexico.
No.
Alright? It's just not gonna happen. There are cartels everywhere. Alright? And you wanna fucking give me this bullshit make-believe that a Ferrari is gonna freely drive down the back streets of Mexico.
Of Mexico.
That car will be getting shot at.
Yeah.
All right. You don't disturb the people there with
Nope.
your loud fucking shitty Italian car.
No,
it's a
you
great car,
don't.
by the way. But
because they'll come over you on their trade back Datsun, and with AK-47s and an old World War II 42 cal, technical, and they will fuck your shit up.
Yeah, exactly.
They will fuck you and your car up.
A lot of people would say to me, like, look, you're taking this out of context and trying to involve real life into what Forza is in that life, right? So, like, okay, yeah.
Have you seen the roads in Mexico? You can't drive sports cars on them.
In Mexico,
but they're not great. They don't really have a great government road system. They're not Queensland government roads,
Well, they have beautiful areas.
They do have beautiful areas. They just have crappy roads.
That too. But what I'm saying is that it all started in Japan. The reason why people started loving classic cars, muscle cars, it's not only the American culture, right? But customization, doing body kits and performance parts, all came from the Japanese markets.
Yeah.
It was all about Japan.
So why not put it in Japan?
Fucking high-pod filters and fucking air intakes and
Why
whatever
do
the
you
fuck you want to do.
Why do you think they didn't put it in Japan?
So the reason why they didn't put it in Japan, which
Japanese don't want stupid Americans over there.
No, it's not that.
Laser etching their roads.
I'll tell you, when it comes to asking that question and giving you the answer from why Forza, the guys who made Turn 10 Studios, not choose Japan, is because one fucking developer was like, I always wanted to go to Mexico. And there you have it. That's the reason why.
One moron's answer. I'd like to go to Mexico.
Well, it's more than that.
I want to go to Albuquerque. That's where Bugs is from.
That. Seth, it's more than that. It's more like, look, the Japanese roads are pretty small. All right, the roads in Japan are small. The majority is, some of it is a lot of cities and towns. Some of it is mainly mountain and just windy roads and stuff like that. But
see, we have Google Maps. We could just have a rough idea of what it looks like and just do it without anyone's permission.
No, that's not the point. The point is like the way Japan is styled and designed in terms of how Japan is, from the city areas to the rural areas, the forest areas, and all that. They don't have a desert, that's for sure. All right. Apparently, that is the next big thing for Forza: deserts. The big sand dunes.
We need big deserts to drive into.
Yeah, I mean, like in Forza Horizon 4, I mean, there were pretty big, wide open mountains that you could just drive your fucking car through. Big fucking whoop. I don't care about going up sandy slopes. I care about culture. I want to be online with my mates on Forza Horizon 5 Japan and line Japanese cars together in the forest.
That's it. One thing you don't want is sand in your air filtration system and a Lamborghini.
Exactly. Well, it's just Japan is beautiful. It's iconic. It started a lot, like you got One Gun Midnights, you've got Initial D that set Japanese cars to be the most wanted cars today. A car from the 80s, Seth. A 1980s.
I'm with you, man. I lived the 80s. I lived the 80s. I was there.
All thanks to a fucking Initial D anime from a kid who delivers tofu. Fucking 80s Corolla is $80,000 in car sales right now.
I was alive when Akira came out on DVD. I was there. 3,000 years ago, Gandalf. I was there.
I'm telling you.
Alright. So we're not looking forward to Horizon. That's unfortunate. Let's move on. What else have we got? Look. Starfield. I'm gonna say Starfield only for the fact that I love sci-fi. Sci-fi is my jizz factor. I love everything sci-fi, ships, spaceships, exploring, laser guns, all that stuff. Really love it. Really looking forward to it. don't know what to expect from Starfield, but Bethesda, they have, let's just say, if Starfield's going to be anything like Elder Scrolls Online, no thank you. I'm not there. I want it to be more like Elite Dangerous, you know, less like Elder Scrolls and Fallout. Sorry, that's just the way I want it to be. Dying Light 2. Really excited for Dying Light 2.
Oh,
Can't
yes.
wait for Dying Light 2. Now, we've had a lot of fun playing the original Dying Light. I'm not a fan of the nighttime in Dying Light. Oh my god.
love it.
Scared
Love it.
scared the pimples off me. It just I got the heebie. And all you ever wanted to do was go out at night. And I'm like, can we just stay here, wait for the sun to come up, and then we can go out and explore?
It's so
No,
fun
let's
in
go
the day.
outside with our tiny little torches and those big face sucking, knocking you to the ground monsters that you hear before you see. It scares
That's
it
the
scares
one
the shit
thing
out of me.
you would never understand, Seth.
I don't like it. I don't like it. I'm
It's
afraid.
the beauty, Seth. It's
scared.
the beauty of you and your mates panicking in a small alleyway. All right, with lights.
Makes me scream
fucking
like a little
flickering
girl.
everywhere
I
while getting
can't
chased.
deal with it. Dude, I get grey hair playing that game. My anxiety levels are just so high. I get older, faster. But yeah. Besides that, love the game. Love it. It was heaps fun. Now another one that I was looking forward to. Well, kind of looking to it. I haven't played this game in a while. But the last one I did play, I had fun with. But it's Far Cry 6. Now, I really liked Far Cry's 1, 2, and 3, and I kind of played a little bit of 4. But I stayed away from, I think it was New Dawn and 5.
Yeah.
To me, going up in America, and there's some psycho, Waco religious fanatic, wasn't my cup of tea. Sorry, didn't even interest me in the slightest. I didn't care if I had a dog companion. I didn't care if I had some hot ethnic sniper chick with a nice bum. No, wasn't keen at all.
For me, Far Cry 5 was okay. I mean, the whole religious thing, in terms of an evil person, if you had to think about if it really, somewhere in America, if someone actually did that, it's fucking terrifying. But I got bored of it. The only cool thing, that I liked about it is having a bear and a jaguar or some sort of lion, a mountain lion, as your pet. That was really cool.
Okay.
But when you get, because it is a big world and there's so many things, it's a lot of rinse and repeats. Just like the previous Far Cry's where, go liberate the towers and stuff like that. Even though they said that there's no more towers in Far Cry, which is fine. I just found it really annoying that, if you wanted... I was a completionist, so that game... And I still haven't completed it, and I can't be bothered to complete that game 100%.
Yeah.
It gets boring and tiring over the same thing.
Yeah.
Shooting.
I'm the same.
It's the same. It's just one of those games where it's like, yeah, it looks good, it feels good. The only thing I really love about Far Cry...
Yes.
Fishing.
The fishing? Fishing was fun?
Bro, there is something peaceful about it. You throw the line, you can hear the water, and you just chill there and just... And then occasionally, you'll get a boat that comes on by and it's just a bunch of dudes looking at you, and I'm just like, put the fishing rod down, get the fucking M249 and just wait. And if they fucking pull the trigger, alright, it's war. If not, put it down, back to fishing.
True.
I love that. I just wish there were more animations and stuff where like I can set a little chair, and a bucket with bait, and just... There are fishing games out there, I get it, alright, I get it, but they don't go to that extent, nor do they have a world like Far Cry 5. I don't want some typical fishing game with shitty menus and be like, extreme fishing, and you got this stupid fucking country music. No, I want peace, quiet,
peace,
and I want
quiet.
realistic. I don't know why, fishing is I think I'm getting old. That's why.
Yeah,
Fuck.
I think so. I mean, I enjoy fishing. I enjoyed fishing in Elder Scrolls. I enjoyed fishing. The first fishing I ever did was the Ocarina of Time
Yeah. Oh,
in
good.
Zelda. I really like that. Um,
Strangely, out of all the guns and blazing in and explosions, fishing is something we agree on.
yeah. Now, yeah, it was just.
I've got a few games I want to talk about.
I got a few that are now. There is one that I really want to talk about. Now, I don't want to. I won't rattle on too long about it. But this thing is new. This thing is fresh, hot off the press. A lot of people know about it. A lot of people don't. The beta was just out last week. It was only up for 7 days. Um, it got hundreds of thousands of people that jumped on it, and literally every single person that jumped on it went, "Wow, masterpiece! This is awesome. This is the new tits. It's going to be the greatest thing." It is called New World. Now, as far as I'm aware, it's only on PC as of yet. Now, to give you an idea, now it is based on a mystical island of Eternium. Now, apparently, for thousands of years, the mysterious island of Eternium has been a source of mystical legends, and now that you've found it, you have been shipwrecked with no supplies or allies. You'll need to make your way in a dangerous world where the fundamental laws of life and death don't apply. Magic flows through Eternium and brings it life, miraculous healing. You can reanimate the dead. It has strange flora, magical properties, and it brings the horror. The power to cause untold destruction and the slow wasting of the soul through countless cycles of death and resurrection. So this game seems just huge. The land is shaped by magic. You can fight the entire world. Wretched creatures, once twisted, by centuries of death and revival. Corrupt, ancient, and lost creatures. And there's relics and all this other cool stuff that you can get into. Now, if I just quickly, sorry, I am reading off a thing here. Where is the? Let me quickly just go back. So, New World is an upcoming, massively multiplayer online role-playing game. So, an MMORPG. Now, it's done by Amazon Games, okay? So, yes, Mr. Jeff Bezos, thank you very much. You finally did something good with your life. Besides, create a company that actually doesn't sell anything and become the richest man on the planet. So, hurrah. It is set to be released on September 28, 2021. And if anybody is wondering when that is 4 weeks from pretty much now. The game was previously scheduled to release in May, earlier this year. Last year, 2020.
Wow.
But the subsequent, and subsequently August 2021. But it was delayed to its current date. Set in the mid 17th century, players will colonize a fictional land modeled after the Americas. Okay, so it's like old school America. The game will be using a buy to play business model, meaning there will be no monthly subscription fees. Thank God. Okay, we've all played WoW. We've all played, Star Wars, Old Republic. We've all played those games where it's pay to play. All right, it's pay to win. You buy stuff, microtransactions. The more stuff you have, the better you look. The more you have, and blah blah blah. I think they might be removing that on this game. Now, there probably will be other small microtransactions in there. I don't know. I haven't read that much about it. Like I said, I'm only reading off what this is now. But to me, it seems really, really good.
I gotta hit you with the cons on this one because the combat apparently is very clunky. As many problems are in that, and that still needs a lot of work. The shared global cooldown for weapons and abilities, it's just isn't fun. for a lot of people as well. The shallow weapon mastery talent tree is apparently a little bit lackluster, extremely repetitive and boring at some times when it comes to questing. Lack of enemy mob varieties in the game, because they're still working on this game.
Yeah.
Copy and paste towns, lack of building variety in the world, no swimming. Character creation is lacking a modern MMO style.
No swimming. I didn't like the
options.
fact there's no swimming. That was weird.
Yeah. Inconsistent sound levels, lack of visual diversity with weapons and armor, everyone looks the same. The player collision, but no momentum physics to push people out of the way. Vaulting and climbing is very consistent. UI feels dysfunctional and more than 3 quests at once. You can't really have as multiple quests. There's so much shit that they are fixing and working towards, but isn't there yet. But I've noticed something with you, Seth, is you go for these a lot of these games you go for are very like medieval and classic style, where I'm like complete opposite. Like what I said before.
I love like me, unlike you, born 20 years too late into the future. When I was born, we had I was raised on Conan the Barbarian, Dune, sci-fi and fantasy. We were witches and warlocks and wizards and magic and dragons and clad armor and big swords and heavy bows. Like that was what I was sort of raised up in. All the fairy tales that I was taught, there was princesses and princes and kings and queens and and castles and fantasy and magic and all of that. And I love that stuff. I was brought up on all the original Disney stuff. Like Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs and all the other Disney stuff, all the Disney princesses and all the other stories and stuff like that, and it all had some kind of magical sort of theme to them all. But the one thing that really affected me when I was young was a very old movie called Excalibur. Now it was a rendition of the old fable of King Arthur and the Sword, or the Sword and the Stone, which again, another Disney film. Now when I saw that, oh my goodness, the Knights of the Round and their big cloud with their giant Scottish claymores and, looking for this one magical sword, and there was, tragedy and death and betrayal and, and sorcery, and oh my God, to me, that's adventure. That's going out into a world that is just untamed and unmanned, and just wild and free, and you want to go out there and explore it. To me, that's fun. To me, that's exciting. That's new. That's amazing. Going up against a huge Goliath beast with horns and warts and drool, and all you have is a little tin sword and a little fireball in your hand. Like challenge me. To me, that's great. Don't get me wrong. I love machine guns and M50s and 50 cals and all that and claymores, and I love all that shit. But to me, I'm really, really, really at home with armor and good armor design. Whether it's bedazzled in jewels or gems or chains and gold and and the way they look and they're designed. Like even just looking at the front cover of New World, it's actually that mask from V Vendetta.
Yeah.
It's actually got that face mask, but he's got like the moustache and the the thing, and it actually looks really cool. I'm like, oh, I want that helmet. That looks so cool. Look around like that. That looks really cool. But I've always liked. Even you like swords. You have swords. I have swords. I love embellished swords. With a beautiful hilt with a nice pommel and beautifully textured blades with engravings on it, and something that just looks really awesome. That you'd love to take in a battle, and all that stuff. That's why I really liked Skyrim. That's why I really liked Elder Scrolls. That's why I liked all those fantasy games. And the fact that you could use magic and stuff. You could use illusion magic or healing magic or destruction magic or anything like that. I really liked that feel And I like the progression of those games as well, where, remember old Oblivion, where if you wanted to increase your acrobatics, you just had to jump all over the place, and you just watch it ding ding ding, it built up what you did. If you were using a two-handed sword, it'd build up your two-handed sword. If you were using daggers, it'd build up that. And I think the gameplay is fairly identical to this. There are all different types of weapons and all different types of systems, but with this system is that it grows with what you do, so it actually learns from your play style. A lot similar to Oblivion, Morrowind, and the original. Whatever you do and whatever you use is what levels up. And then you can be multifaceted later on. So, I love these games. I love fantasy games. I know you're not a big fantasy guy, but I love it to pieces.
I'm
my
bit of a fantasy guy, just not to the ultimate extreme where, like, games like that for me, I just get tired of. I just I go, okay, it doesn't end. There are some games that I would play that would blow my mind away. Like I said, I'm a type of person that looks for something that really hits me. I wanted to say something about a few games that I've had in my list here as well. I don't have as many games as you did. But these are games I'm really looking forward to that I think are really going to change up the way games are made today, because I think there's a big lack in game development in terms of finding the right feeling and the right way to go about things when making games. Now, Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart is a game that I would never, ever, ever, not for a long time, be able to play, because it's only exclusive to PlayStation 5. And instead of me playing it, I ended up watching the whole 5 hours and 50-minute video from start to finish.
5 hours?
I watched it all. I sat there, had food, and I watched it all. And I absolutely, even just watching it, not playing the game, I loved it.
What's it called?
Was all in. Huh?
What's it called?
Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart.
Ratchet and Clank, yeah.
Yeah, very, very good. It was like a game for kids and stuff like that. But on the PS5, the game looks fantastic. And it pissed me off because I can't buy PS5 because there's none in stock. So, watching it on YouTube, it was still great. I fell in love with it. And I think that's really good. There are a few things on that game that kind of make me go, could have done this better. And there was a controversy about the fact that Rivet, the female protagonist of the Ratchet and Clank series, there were problems because it's a girl and she has an ass. So people were like, "Oh, why are you adding?
Why are you sexualizing these characters?"
Yeah, it's just stupid. So anyway, there was that game, and now there's a few other games that I really wanted to talk about. One specifically brought me in memory of a game that never came out, and I hope it comes out. I really do. We haven't heard anything. I watched a trailer and I'm an emotional person when it comes to games, so I get affected by this stuff.
Yeah.
I burst into tears, and I was literally, I didn't have a tissue or anything, just me wiping my tears. I was like, this is beautiful. Aww. And that was The Last Night. And The Last Night was a 2-bit/3D cyberpunk platformer.
Okay.
And they used a song from a guy named Lorne, which the song was called Acid Rain, and it just synchronized and with the trailer, and I burst into tears. I've been waiting for that game for so many years, and because of, I'm sorry to say, and I'm gonna get a lot of shit for this if this video even picks up enough traction, the feminists and all that sort of shit fucked it all, and now I can't play a game about cyberpunk fucking running around doing shit, alright? Because fucking women want to fuck shit up, alright? Even my girlfriend's upset about it. Now, the thing is that this game never came out, and I'm hoping that Tim Surratt, the creator of the game, somehow releases it.
Yeah. This
game that has brought those memories to me is a funny yet very unique, sad but beautiful, breathtaking game that you wouldn't think about it, and it's called Stray. Stray. You play as a cat.
Oh yeah.
A fucking cat. You are literally a cat.
Oh, little kitty.
You play as a cat, a little kitten,
Mm-hmm.
right? But you are in this cyberpunk desolate world. And
that sounds awesome. That just sounds awesome. I'd like to be a cat in that kind of world. That'd be great.
I want you to take a look at it since if you can open up YouTube, just write Stray, you can watch it yourself. But on the video, obviously, every game that we've been talking about, I'll be putting the actual footage of those games that we were talking about. Stray does something that modern day games are not doing today. Yeah. Which is, if you're playing as a cat...
Well, if you're going to do Goat Simulator, do Cat and Cyberpunk. That's what I say.
That's what I say, you know? But the one thing that they don't do today is the fact that if you're going to play as a cat, a feline, they always revert to like either a 3D platformer or, you know, a top-down type style game. Yeah. Where this one actually went all in, like traditional games. Yep. You know, with the immersive worlds, you can push items over, you can find your path around, the water, the ground, the garbage, the graffiti, the tiles, the fans, the cities. It's alive. It's ominous and terrifying, but it's alive. And you play as a fucking cat. Yeah. That's fucking awesome, bro.
It's pretty awesome.
It's awesome. You can check out the gameplay. Stray, the official gameplay and release window trailer is already up there. IGN covered that. It was actually on July 30th in 2021 this year. Already got 2,909,000 views. Wow. I reckon it's going to be a hell of a fucking game. And I can't wait. So the next game I wanted to cover is not even really a game. It's just something I wanted to talk about. I found it funny and quite amazing that somebody did this. They remade it as a demo with Unreal Engine, I believe. Unreal Engine 4, Tomb Raider 2.
Oh, really?
Which, it looks fucking awesome. And I
really very cool.
Who decided to do this.
I think everyone who had a PlayStation 2 back then played that game.
It was the best. My brother was a big fan of that game. And yes, she's got booty shorts and she looks hot as hell. I just think, you know, somebody remaking a classic game with Unreal Engine, I wish he would complete it. But at the same time, I wish that they would the companies that made Tomb Raider should get a grip and fucking bring these legends out, because they were great games.
I didn't mind the ones that they just brought out, like the prequel ones, but no. Let's go back to the who Lara Croft is. She's an archaeologist. She's badass. Get her out there looking for artifacts, and let's go on an adventure with the skilled warrior that she is, looking for cool treasure. Like let's do it, and let's give her access to planes, boats, hang gliders, grappling hooks, motorbikes. Go all over the world. Let's go on an adventure with Lara Croft and go and dig up the treasures of the past. And I think that would be a great game.
That would be a great game.
It'd be a great game. You know, imagine just being able to go to a dock, hire a boat, going out on the boat, putting on scuba gear, diving down to an underwater city and finding loot. Like, to me, that's just cool. That's just straight up cool. You know,
it's gangster.
You know, and then like agents come to try and steal it from you, and you fight them off, and then you go, and then like there's some nefarious guy in the background knows that you're after this, you know, this treasure. You know, they're trying to hunt you down, and like, to me, that's just awesome action adventure at its core, and that's what drew us into Lara Croft in the beginning. Besides her assets.
I think it's gonna be fucking awesome. They release a classic remake. The next game I wanted to bring up as well. Oh man, this is what pissed me off about games today's and their fucking trailers.
Yeah.
The whole CGI thing. There's a game that I saw a trailer of called Frostpunk.
Yes. That.
I saw the trailer.
I know. I did the same thing. I know exactly what you're going to say because I saw the same trailer, and then when I went to see what the game was, I was like, oh, Oh,
Like,
what?
it's just top down. Like, don't just stop. Like, I fucking had enough. You show me this amazing, terrifying frostpunk type world, and you just give me this fucking practically Sim City builder. It's not really. There's a lot to it.
It's
But,
a,
like,
it is. It's a it's like that Karakan, like the little hex game,
yeah.
It's.
Stop it. You know, I'm
I
fucking
know
sick
it
of
was.
it.
It looked awesome. I was like, oh, what a real base strategy game, but not cool. Like,
Not
come on.
cool. Now,
But
the
remember,
last
they
game.
did the same thing to us with Elite Dangerous. That Elite Dangerous had the most amazing trailer. That was, it was so breathtaking. You're like, wow, this looks so good. And then when you actually get the game, it's like, oh, I'm in a cockpit, and that's all that's it. I'm in a cockpit.
That's it.
I'm in a cockpit the whole time. I can't get out. The best I can do is get into another cockpit and drive around on a planet somewhere.
Now they changed it. Now they updated Elite Dangerous where you can walk out on the world.
Yeah,
Shit.
Odyssey, it is coming. I think it's either out or it's coming out or it's on PC or anything like that. But yeah, no, that was not cool with me.
We can obviously thank Star Citizen for that now, because ever since Star Citizen with their ambitious game,
Yes,
now
which I'm
Elite
keen to
Dangerous
try and
actually
get
do
into,
the same.
and I would love to play Star Citizen, but I think I'm only going to play it with you. And if you can get it to work and I can get it to work and we can go and do it together, then I'll go and do that. But I ain't going to go play it for myself.
The thing is, I won't be able to play Star Citizen on a 1660 because at the end of the day, this PC is shit. So
Well, I have a 1660 and mine runs fine.
yours is new, mine is used.
So
So that's the difference. The last game I wanted to cover
all right.
is a very unique one. This game fucking hit me on so many levels. It was really good. It's called 12 Minutes. And the events of 12 Minutes unfold during a man's romantic evening with his wife,
Interesting.
as it is interrupted, and this is the weird thing, by a player's. This is what is written. Is a romantic evening with his wife, as it is interrupted by a player's, find themselves trapped in a real-time 12-minute time loop, doomed to relive the same terror again and again.
Interesting.
Okay, unless they can find ways to use knowledge of what's coming to change the outcome and break the loop. So the game is literally, I'm looking at the trailer here and it'll be up on the video as well, is literally a small house, right? You've got your fridge, you got your fridge, you got your kitchen, your stove and a couch and the door and maybe a bathroom.
Yep.
So 12 minutes go past, things tend to get worse because something happens.
Right.
Like obviously in the trailer, it looks like they're having fun, they're getting along, they're getting hot and spicy, they drink, they get into a small argument, they go to bed. Then some guy comes into their house, knocks the guy out, and then 12 minutes pass and it repeats. And then you have to figure out how to get out of it. And it's literally a top-down thing where it's just the room.
Yeah, all right.
But something about it looks really interesting to me.
Okay.
And now I'm looking at it. The wife is tied up. The husband's tied up. The wife was dead previously. Now she's not.
Oh.
They're dancing. So it's just constantly repeating itself. It's constantly, you're stuck in those 12-minute loopholes where anything can happen. And it looks really good. I said this was the last game, but there was 2 other games I wanted to bring up, but I don't know if we got time for that.
If we want to go for 2 hours, you've got 17 minutes.
I wanted to bring up Scorn.
Scorn. Haven't heard of it. Nice. Tell me all about it.
Okay. So Scorn, where do I even begin with Scorn? Scorn, and I'm actually gonna look for the trailer for this one because this game terrified me. I would say it's a horror game, but I would say it's not. Yeah. It's a kind of a big one for me. I think a lot of Doom fans would like it. But it's not so fast-paced or action-packed as Doom.
Okay.
And I just need to find this scary art. there was here he is, the Nightmare Artist. Now the Nightmare Artist is there's an artist, right? I can't say his name. Belinsky, Zedzslaw Belinsky. I really butchered his name. I'm sorry about that. But he was a Polish horror painter, and he pretty much reacted to the horrors of war from what he saw around him.
Okay.
And you know, his artwork really revolutionized gaming in terms of if you take a look at Doom, for instance, Doom 3 to Doom and Doom Eternal,
yeah,
and now take a look at Scorn,
yeah,
I could see that there was inspiration definitely brought out there.
okay,
the style, and I'm going to send you the link to this video, Seth. It's on the Discord.
okay.
I want you to take a look at this Nightmare Artist, and I want you to take a look at his artwork. It's there on the Discord. I sent it to you. And I want you to take a look at his artwork. And this will all be on the video.
Okay.
This guy's art style is terrifying. But it kind of worries you a little bit. You see, if, say, when my time comes to an end and I die and I go to hell, I have a feeling this is what it's going to look like and not the same fiery bullshit we're all taught about. I feel like this is going to be hell.
This is a photo.
Okay.
Right, and if you skip ahead and look at the paint and artwork, there are like these giant heads.
Wow.
And these chains and big open anonymous world, but with these buildings that look like flesh, but they're not.
Yeah.
And it's insane. Well, Scorn is a first-person horror game with massive inspiration from that artist, and unfortunately he passed away. And if you want to take a look at Scorn, it's on GameSpot, and that's the 13 minutes of exclusive gameplay.
Okay.
This is a game.
We're just looking at that film now, just watching a little bit of it.
Scorn or the
the thing you sent me. So.
Yeah, and I'll send you the game Scorn.
Let's have a look. Yeah, some of it's pretty scary looking stuff.
It's pretty horrific, scary looking stuff.
Yeah.
So I sent you the link to Scorn, and then from when you see the trailer, the gameplay, you would easily see that inspiration there.
Scorn. Is that the one where, yeah, I think I might have seen, doesn't he? Yeah, and everything, all the guns are made from flesh and stuff, and
Yep.
Yeah, I have seen that. I have watched it. Yeah, that was quite spooky. That was quite a scary game.
I need to play this. There's not much I want to say about it, as in just I need to play it.
It was
There's something. It's just. I just need to play it.
You just need to play it. We can play it when we're not doing our thing. Alright. Now that you've had your one last game, I have one more game. Now, I'm telling you now, this game, again, is based on a movie. Now, the very first movie, from what I can remember, came out in the late 70s.
Oh.
With a very gorgeous looking Sigourney Weaver, and of course it is Aliens. Now, Aliens tried to do a video game not long ago called Colonial Marines, and it was an absolute disaster. It fell apart so quickly after a huge hype, and again it fell into one of those huge hype holes and then just collapse in on itself. But the new game that is coming out is called Aliens Fireteam. Now, to me that sounds kind of cool. Now, I tried to find it. So, Aliens Fireteam is a third-person survival shooter that is played in an online co-op with 2 other team members. So it's a fire team of 3. So they've taken on the Destiny look of things. Okay? Destiny had a lot of success and a lot of failures. A lot of other games are still doing the 3-team thing. I don't like the 3-team thing. I think if you're going to do a fire team, it should be 4 people. It just should be.
I think a fire team is more than 4, but I think it's
Well,
like 5 or 6
yeah,
people.
it's supposed to be more than that, but hell, whatever, right? They'll be realistic about it. These can either be friends, random players, or AI teammates, alright? So if you set the matchmaking option from the public to private playing game completely on your own without any bots and other players is possible. Now, the title was created by Coal Iron Studios. They were founded in 2015 by developers who worked on games like the City of Heroes and Star Trek Online, which I thought was a great game. I love Star Trek Online. I thought it was brilliant. It wasn't that, graphically awesome, but to me it was a very well put together game. Very well rounded. The gameplay mechanics of Fireteam, however, is more reminiscent of Left 4 Dead, which I loved. Loved Left 4 Dead. It was a great game. Or the upcoming sequel, Back 4 Blood. With your Fireteam, you progress through different areas, completing several objectives, and get constantly attacked by waves of enemies, only that it's aliens, in this case, not zombies. Oh my gosh. Now, if this is real and if this is what's going to happen, I will love it. Now, if you're in a fire team and you've got the pulse rifles and you've got that little beep, beep, little body motion tracker bleeping, and it's dark and it's dank and you're in tight quarters and it's just alien after alien after alien coming at you from all different directions, that would be so cool. That would be so fun. It would be scary as hell. But
Sorry to disappoint you, Seth.
what? Sorry to disappoint me.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now.
So the story is played simply. You play a colonial marine stationed aboard the UAS Endeavour after receiving a mysterious call from LV-895, a jungle planet on the outer colonies of the Marine Assault Unit, and is rerouted to the mission. You find you have out there have been experiments made with the xenomorphs to create different mutations. Takes place 23 years after the original movie and the direct sequel to the Alien trilogy game of 1996 compared to Alien Isolation. So I'm looking forward to that, hoping that it's going to be good, but you don't believe so?
Because I'm looking at it right now, and I can say a few things about it. I'm looking at the gameplay, and it looks fun. Oh, it looks a lot of fun, but it isn't. They weren't going for a horror aspect, that's for sure.
No.
They were more going for a multiplayer, horde and wave sort of game. The NPCs, in terms of the aliens themselves, because it's not really stated whether the aliens would be played by players, because there are a lot of them on my screen here.
That would be
the
cool.
AI, it would be cool, but
That would
the
be
AI
very cool.
seems it needs a lot of work. Obviously, there were some aliens that I spotted just running in circles, not actually going for anyone.
Okay.
Yeah. And on top of that, it kind of gives me more of a Seth. Maybe you can help me with the name. What was that game? That Tom Clancy game where you're running around in the city?
That would be The Division.
Yeah, it's giving me that sort of vibe.
The Division vibe.
Yeah, so it's a third-person type of Division camera angle.
Well, World War Z.
that we've
Was
got
it World
going
War
on
Z?
here.
Maybe it was World War Z. It gives me a bit of a World War Z kind of vibe, but
Yeah, it gives me that.
it hasn't got that
I
swarm
just-
thing.
I've
Oh,
also
I'm watching
noticed-
it now. Like, aliens are just jumping on dudes and...
Yeah, I'm a little bit like I want to play this because this looks like a lot of fun with a bunch of mates, but
Yeah.
I think it would have been a lot more better if they not kept it first person. I think third person is fine. If they went for first person, I think it would be even awesome.
Yeah, first person would be cool.
But they
yeah.
needed to get a lot more grittier from what Alien is, because Alien was a gritty movie.
Yeah, it was.
And I think they need to use everything that they've got torches, but it seems like everything is pretty well lit as it is.
Yeah.
From what I'm seeing here, and I feel like all these long corridors need to be a lot smaller and more dense and
Yeah, they do.
very claustrophobic. They really need to. This game looks fun.
Yeah, it does.
I
look
would
fun.
definitely buy this and give it a try, but I probably would stop playing it after maybe 2 or 3 goes because if it's just gonna be a rinse and repeat, it's just like all right, whatever.
Yeah.
There's only so many weapons and upgrades that's gonna pique my interest. Not really. It's just horde after horde after horde. But I like what they were trying to do.
Yeah,
That's just me. A lot of people would fucking fall in love with this in a heartbeat. You know, big Alien fans would love this, but this is not.
Yeah, and it's one of those games that you like too. That it's got a start and it's got a finish, so you can go through and do the whole game. But it doesn't seem to have replayability either, unless there's different characters to unlock, or different guns to unlock, or harder levels, or anything like that. There doesn't seem, that's one of the reasons why I really liked Diablo 3. It was just its playability. It added seasons, and you'd start your character out with nothing, and you'd go through and get really powerful and get really cool armor sets and stuff like that. That doesn't seem to be the case here. You're not going to be able to do anything like that.
Nah, it seems pretty straightforward.
It seems pretty straightforward. They might have a lot of different guns. They might actually have like a gun tree that it does more power, gets better accuracy, or things like that. It's probably about as far as you could go with the customization of any of those guns. I'm looking at the customization, just there. Let's back that up a little bit. Let me just have a quick look. So the gunner has the Kramer assault rifle, the M37A3 pump action shotgun. She gets gunner perks and also has abilities, and you also have consumables, so you can get things like fire explosive rounds, a gun turret. You can also change your appearance, so you can get looks like headgear, base appearance, and a gunner looking appearance as well. So it looks like there's different loadout kits as well. So there's a gunner, a demolitioner, a technician, and a doctor. So there's different roles. Now that's really strange. There's 4 roles, but 3 players. Did we forget to make a character? What did we do that for? What did we do that for? Mate, I'm gonna say that someone always has to be a doctor. You're definitely gonna need a gunner, and then whoever's gonna be either demolition or technician. But we'll be the swap around. Besides that, but it looks like there's a leveling system. There's a combat rating. You get experience. You get promoted. But besides, really getting into any more of the guns.
That's pretty much it.
Yeah, like.
See, this is where I hate where gaming is going. It's just like you've run out of ideas.
Yeah.
Like the best Alien game that I ever played was Alien Isolation. That game was breathtaking.
And that was just hiding from an alien.
And it was so simple, but it fucking worked.
Hiding from an alien.
It worked. It scared the shit out of me. And not only that, I love the effects that they took from like the old movie, and all the sounds and the technology.
Yeah. But the one thing I loved about all the aliens, out of every Aliens movie that ever came up, was the Colonial Marines. They were just badass. They were badass. It doesn't get more badass than that. That first few scenes where Hicks and Hudson, they're drilling up. Vasquez has got her big giant weapon, and she's rolling up with Drake, and they do their military maneuvers, and then APOC is like, come on, move him out, let's go, like move, and they're all just like running down. He's like, yeah, bunch of badasses. To me that was just awesome. They were the original APOC with the big cigar hanging out his mouth, and he's the old it looks like the old style Vietnam helmets they had with the strap undone, and just born to kill written on the side of their helmets. Like, they were just they were bad, you know, especially Vasquez, you know, being one of the only two females, three females in the movie. She was like, yeah, man, I just need to know one thing, where they are, you know. She just didn't give a shit. She's like, point and I will fucking shoot. And I will kill what I shoot, you know. That was the badassery of it, and I thought it was brilliant, you know. And then when you see them move in formation and clearing hallway to hallway and everything like that, and they all start freaking out because they don't know what's going on. And then, you know, to me, that was Aliens. To me, that was the Colonial Marines going in and kicking ass. And that's what I want this to be, but it doesn't seem to be that.
They seem, I think the Doom movie got inspiration from Aliens, the ones with the Rock.
Ah, yes.
Obviously, you got the guy with the big fucking giant minigun.
Yeah.
And obviously, you got the assault rifle guy, the shotgun guy, which was the priest dude. You had the rookie.
Yeah.
And, someone I don't know if there was a rookie in Aliens, but he was just, I guess, an add-on. A lot of people said that movie was shit. I don't think so, and I think
it was the best.
Shit movie.
I believe Aliens 2 was the best alien movie there ever was or ever will be.
No, I mean the Doom movie.
Oh, the Doom movie. Oh, Doom was terrible.
Yeah, but the thing is, I liked it.
That was before The Rock knew how to act properly.
Yeah.
Carl Urban outranked him in that for sure. Like Carl Urban was
a kid.
He was great in that. And I loved it how at the end of the film he got all drugged up or whatever they gave him, and he like pumped up, and then it went into that first person mode, and he's just like, oh, that was just gold. I was just like, that's where it's at.
This is where I think they fucked up though, because, all right, the director was like, okay, because the director said it was really difficult to do it.
Yeah.
Which I don't blame him. It probably would be. The thing is, with that scene, the first-person scene for the Doom movie, was they used practical effects, which a lot of people would say, a lot of film critics and fanatics would be like, no, practical effects are pretty good, which is like guys in monster suits, right? The problem is that you would notice that it's just kind of playing around. When a monster would come close and swing the arm, you know, it's just like dude is swinging horribly.
Yeah.
Where with animation, if you had to put the whole thing in CGI, could have been a lot brutal.
Yeah.
So I feel like in the making stage of that entire sequence, they kind of did that towards the end of that scene when Carl Urban goes against the Pinky.
Yeah, right.
Which is that fucking monster on the floor with the wheels in the back.
Yeah.
Now, that's when I feel like they said, nah, we can't do the practical effects anymore. Fuck, it looks horrible. Let's go just full CGI.
Yeah.
And that simple sequence, when Pinky knocks his gun out of his hand, roars at him, then charges, knocks him out, alright, was brutal because it bites his leg. He grabs the torch, jams the torch between its mouth, and it bites onto the torch, making the torch go through its head.
Yeah.
Just so it can keep fighting and killing him. Gets the chainsaw, cuts the torch out of his mouth, it just comes, there's blood. The sounds, the monster roaring and moaning, and when he takes it down, it's just a satisfying 2 shots to the head, and just watch it bleed to death there. That is where I think the whole fucking sequence should have been like.
Yeah.
Brutal,
And see, this is the thing when you're adaptating video games to movies, it's really hard for the audience who don't play video games, who aren't in esports, who don't own consoles, who have never played any of these games, to get behind the brutality that needs to be filmed on that screen, because they don't get it. They don't understand what's happening and how difficult it is to make something like that actually happen, you know? Tomb Raider did really well because it wasn't that graphic, it wasn't that violent. It was an archaeologist going out doing stuff. You know, that's fine. That did really well.
Nice tits,
and Angelina Jolie just fit the role bloody nicely. You know, Doom didn't do so great because of the special effects and the not so great acting and everything like that. You know, it took them nearly 20 years to do Sonic the Hedgehog, and then they even got that wrong, and they had to go and redo the whole thing to make him look like Sonic the Hedgehog and not a normal day hedgehog. You know, like it's like
Did you end up watching it?
I did, loved it, thought it was great. Jim Carrey was a genius.
Jim Carrey.
He's brilliant. He made the movie. He made the movie. He really did. I didn't like that other guy. That was the sidekick of Sonic. I don't like him. Don't know why.
Well,
Something about him I don't like.
I've seen him in movies. He's alright.
He's weird. I don't like him. He's weird. He always tries to do the buddy type of movie stereo. He's just typecast, and I don't like him.
But then again, at the same time, now there's pictures of the Sonic 2 movie.
And they just tried to do Resident Evil. That were great, but the first one or two were awesome, and then they sort of let's do it again, or let's do it again, or let's do it again, or let's do it again. Let's keep doing the same thing we did the first two times because it seemed to work. Let's not change it up and do something different, because now it's just the story of Resident Evil is so out of the box and so far away from canon. It just seems made up.
Resident Evil was a failure, but somehow they made
another one of those things, and then Mila Jovovich said, "Oh, let me do another movie about a video game," and she did Monster Hunter, and that thing was so rushed and pushed so quickly through the projector. Everyone was like, "What? You're where? You're doing what? How did you get that? What? You're back now? What's that? Well, why is this big thing here, dead now? Where'd you go? I don't know what happened."
Oh, God,
the only good thing about that was Tony Jaa, and Tony Jaa is just a legend no matter what he does. But everything else was the biggest pile of shit I've ever seen in my life. I've seen my dog take a turd on a piece of grass that was more impressive than that movie.
That's the thing about...
and I don't know what it is with video games, man. They just don't seem to want to put that effort in.
Because, for instance...
World of Warcraft was different. I loved that. But I love Trammell. He's an Australian actor. He's brilliant. I've loved him in everything. I loved him as Ragnarok. Not Ragnarok. Oh, what was his name?
I never ended up watching the Warcraft movie.
Oh, dude, bloody brilliant. Loved it. Thought it was awesome. It's got one of the guys in it is he's in a lot of the Marvel movies. He's like an extra role in Iron Man and stuff like that. The other guy is Travis Fimmel. He was in the Vikings TV show. He also did Danger Close. He's an Australian. He's brilliant. He's excellent. But like I said, I really like that. But again, another huge flop. Why? It's because the audience didn't understand what World of Warcraft was. They didn't get it. They were like, "What's going on? Why are they coming over here? And why is this doing this?" And blah blah blah. And oh, he's magic. Okay, as far as I'm concerned, it wasn't enough titties and there wasn't enough dragons. And I think that would have helped. That would have helped. Yeah. Everyone would have been like, "Ooh, titties, ooh, dragons." They would have been like, "I don't care about everything else. That's great."
There was a film of another Doom movie. It was another Doom movie that was, I think it was made in Germany or somewhere in Europe. That I love the fact that id blatantly said it is like, yeah, we're not a part of that. We don't believe that movie exists.
It didn't happen.
It didn't happen.
It didn't happen.
There was the Doom movie that it acknowledges, which is the ones with Carl Urban and all that. And then this European German one or some shit like that. This is probably the most cheapest. I feel like they did everything on like a $400-500 budget.
Yeah.
It was bad.
Yeah,
it was bad, bro. It was so fucking bad. It's like trying to mash up Aliens and fucking Doom and all these other sci-fi movies. It don't go well. I mean, it didn't go well at all. It didn't go well.
There were some that were really good, like Need for Speed. I love that movie. Need for Speed was great. Thought it was really
decent.
Need for Speed was a really good. Now it wasn't really based on the game, but named after the game. But still, it sort of emphasized what Need for Speed was, and I actually really liked it. Same with Mortal Kombat. I liked all the Mortal Kombat movies, even though the first one was kind of a flop, and the second one didn't do so great. I still like. The second one really upset me, only for the fact is that It's supposed to be a game about a Mortal Kombat tournament, yet the Mortal Kombat tournament never took place.
Yeah.
That kind of is like Shao Kahn was just like, let's just fuck everything up before the tournament and we'll do our own thing, you know. Hitman, again, another great movie, but it sort of didn't do Crash hot because it didn't do the video game justice. It was just another Hitman movie.
Yeah.
You know, and that's been done to death.
The newer ones.
Totally done to death. Silent Hill, that was another one that was kind of done.
Oh,
people,
no, hang on.
It was good.
A lot of people
liked it, but a lot of people were confused by it. Only because they never played it, you know?
Yeah.
You know?
The first Silent Hill movie was, I reckon, was great.
It was great. It was great. It really was, you know? And then, guess who wanted a piece of the game culture? The Rock. Mr. Dwayne Johnson himself. What did he decide to do? Well, let's not do anything. Well, how about we do Rampage? With a great big giant dog and a big bloody white gorilla doing weird shit. Crashing into buildings. Come on, guys. You could have done better than that. You could have done better than that, you know. You know, Far Cry did a movie. I haven't seen it. I think I'll have to go and find it. I'll go and find that and see what it's like. Prince of Persia, another great game. Another game that we all grew up on. Prince of Persia was on Atari, wasn't it? Atari? Or Nintendo or something? Yeah. Like way back in the day. It's been on every platform that's ever existed. And I think Jake Gyllenhaal did it justice. Ben Kingsley was in there. So he was awesome. I think it did really well. But again, not really done well. Then Assassin's Creed, another great movie. I thought it was brilliant, but it didn't do well. And I think it's because they didn't focus on what they should have. They should have focused it on the Artemis and the Templars, not the fact that he was actually going back in the past and doing shit.
Yeah.
Like they kind of skipped over the story.
Machine and lifted him
I know, right? You know, Blood Rain. That was a terrible movie. That might as well have been a Lord porn movie, a soft porn on the Red Shoe Diaries.
Blood Rain.
Blood Rain. Yeah, it was terrible, dude. It was terrible. It was god awful. It was like SBS 2 a.m. soft porn. It was terrible. Terrible acting.
The 2005 movie, right?
Yeah, 2005. It was terrible. Now, Wing Commander. I actually liked Wing Commander. I played Wing Commander. I played Wing Commander on the very first PlayStation that came out. I thought it was great. But see, when Wing Commander came out, it had Mark Hamill and the guy that played Biff from Back to the Future. It had the big fella from Sliders, and he played Gimli in Lord of the Rings. Like he was in it. Like that. It had it had so many great actors in it. There were quite a few, and I thought it was brilliant. But the movie had Freddie Prinze Jr. and Shaggy from Scooby Doo. And I was like, well, what have you done? Well, why did you do this? And it was that was back in 1999, and it was terrible.
God. I'm looking at the.
I liked it, but it was terrible.
Trailer. I love the cast. Billy Zane was in it.
In what?
Rodriguez, Meatloaf was in there.
In what?
Uda Kyla.
In Wing Commander.
No, in Blood Rain.
Oh, in Blood Rain. Yeah.
I'm looking at the cast here. There was Michelle Rodriguez, Billy Zane, Meatloaf was in there.
Yeah, it was a disaster from casting to script to writing. It was just it was an upside down omelette. It really was. It was just let's just crack a few eggs and see how they land.
You know what really cracked me up was the fact that Billy Zane is in there.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. You know.
What was the superhero movie he was in? What was it?
The Phantom.
What was it?
The Phantom. He was the Phantom. That's right. He was the Phantom.
Yeah.
You know. And then we know of the number one most disastrous video game movie ever created by the legendary man himself, Mr. Jean-Claude Van Damme in Street Fighter.
Oh, don't.
My God. Oh, the pain.
Oh, God.
The pain. Kylie Minogue was in that. Like...
I'm looking at the trailer.
She
now.
needed to stick to singing, even like
1995.
the best part about the whole thing was the bad guy.
Yeah, Bison.
Yeah, because I can't remember the guy's name, but he was a legend.
I love when it goes
cinema.
Chung Li, and it's just this Asian girl like breaking handcuffs, going yeah.
You know, and it was done in 1994, so we can, you know, we'd only been 4 years out of the 80s. It can be forgiven, you know, and then the other super flop, one of the very first video games to ever come out, Super Mario Brothers, done in 1993. That was okay. I mean, I didn't hate it. But yeah, it did not get received well at all. But look,
Yeah, I'm looking at I just realized something here. 1994 for the Street Fighter movie. There's a specific actor in that one. It doesn't say his name, but he played in Blood In, Blood Out. I don't know if you've ever seen that movie.
no.
Oh, that's a good movie you're missing out on. It's a very good classic movie on the Mexicans, the Chicanos, the gangs, the Lavatos Locos, which is like a very iconic movie. And there's a lot of things about the racial diversity between Latins and like whites and stuff like that, whites and blacks.
Yes.
And the reason why Miklo is practically the protagonist who goes through the hell. He's Latin, but he's white-skinned.
Right.
Yeah, he's white-skinned, blue eyes, blonde hair. But
Right.
he's Spanish.
Okay.
Right? So that's why, kind of like he's got... What? What did you say?
I said right.
Oh, okay. I thought you were doing like you can.
I was like, no, I was just like, yeah, I was gonna be like, you know, like there's a lot of those out there. It's weird.
No, back in the day, it was...
You could almost call that whitewashing, couldn't you?
Yeah, you could.
You could.
I guess back in the day, like 90s, I think it was 80 or 90s, I can't remember when that movie came out, but like being Spanish, being Mexicano, and you know, being in Los Angeles in a Mexican gang, but you were white skinned instead of being dark brown.
Yeah.
Practically black. Not practically black, but like my dad is black as a motherfucker, right? So, you know, we were always brown or practically black.
Yeah.
You got to be those colors if you're going to be in the Chicano gang. And the thing is that Miklo being white, blue eyes, blonde hair, it was such a great movie. And I just realized that he's in the Street Fighter movie.
Is he?
I think he's playing as Ken.
Oh yeah, Ken. Yeah, right. Damien Chapa.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, but look, I mean, that cast was it was okay. You know, like, but Raul Julia, like he was Bison. He was brilliant. Who's the other guy that I like? Byron Mann. He was Ryu. He was really good in it. You know, and I think there was even a New Zealander guy in there, Peter Navy. He played E Honda. You know, but you know, it was good. I liked it. I liked it, but it was the biggest pile of shit that ever came out of Hollywood, unfortunately.
I like the end of the trailer where it says Street Fighter, and like they all jump in a pose, like
yeah.
John Gordon's like doing the muscle flex.
Now this is one question. We're actually 18 minutes over our 2-hour mark, but that's okay. One last thing. Do you think that video games should be turned into movies that would do better than movies being turned into video games?
Oh.
I mean, because, you know, I mean, like, let's just say we'll take on, because I like we talked about earlier, we talked about the Na'vi and Avatar. Movie was great. The new ones are coming out. New games coming out. I think, you know, would the video game do well compared to the movie doing well, considering the movie broke all box office of all time? You know, the only thing that ever beat it ended up being Titanic, and that wasn't for very long. You know, like, you know, what's the comparison? You know, why is it that video games are awesome and then their movies are shit, and then you get really good movies but their video games are shit? You know, like Aliens, that game was shit. There was, you know, Avatar, the other game was shit. Like, do you think this is a trend of, like, are they not trying hard enough, or it just can't be done?
No, I think they're not trying hard enough. If you had to ask me personally, like, the thing is that there was a guy who said that he could make a Fallout movie, and Bethesda said don't do it because they weren't going to support it at all.
We are not going to trust you with our name. Sorry.
Exactly. Yeah. But there's a lot of fan-made stuff out there, which Bethesda doesn't care. Like, they go, yeah, that's great, you know. There's a lot of fan-made movies out there.
Yeah.
But this guy said, the funny thing about this guy, he was actually a trillionaire. He was just bored. And he said, I love playing video games, and Fallout's my favorite video game, and I want to make a movie. So he's like, I don't want to direct it myself. I'd rather give it to a fucking big name to direct it.
Yeah.
No one took him up for it.
Yeah.
But he said, you know what, fuck it, I'll give it a try.
Yeah.
And you cannot find this anywhere. You know why? Because it was taken down.
No, good.
Copyright. So the thing is literally, it's the Fallout 3 movie, and all you see is the guy in power armor with a minigun fucking shooting at something.
Yeah.
And then the camera turns behind him, and you see the super mutant with a big hammer, and just run and slam, and he ducks, and he hits the pillar, and it like shatters and shit.
Cool.
And then it cuts to Fallout 3.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
the title.
Cool.
And it had that green dark color that was in the game and all that.
Okay.
It looked awesome. But you gotta remember that Fallout 3 story was simple this. You pop up in a vault and your dad fucking runs away and you gotta go find your dad and deal with the Enclave and all that sort of shit.
Yeah, righto.
How the fuck do you make that into a movie, right? Because
True.
you just practically gotta follow the game. But when
Well,
you
look,
play
if
the
you
game,
were
you
Martin
don't do that.
Scorsese or Guy Ritchie or, you know, a Steven Spielberg or a James Cameron, sure, you could make something out of that. Why not? Like, I mean, all those guys ever did was have a dream and an idea, and they went nuts for it, you know?
Essentially, yeah.
You know, I mean, that's like what you and I were talking about the other day. We were talking about Isaac Asimov and his new show, not his show, but the show Foundation, that's going to be on soon, about his novels Foundation. And, you know, all of his stories about empires and the civilization of humanity and spacefaring and were the basis for all of our major sci-fi genres that we have now, like Star Wars and Star Trek and everything like that, you know? Like, and to go back to what I was saying before with the videos and games correlation, Star Wars seems to be the only one outside of the pack that the movies are awesome and the games are awesome. That seems to be like the only one that sort of has really systematically. Now, I'm not going to say that because I know EA, and to all of my viewers and our viewers, I'm sorry. We know EA is a monster. We know we hate them, but you have to admit the games were actually good.
Good. Yeah, they were.
Without the microtransactions, they would have been perfect. But yes, you know, EA did get a little monster cashy grabby there, and they sort of wrecked it and that. But before then, you know, there was lots of different Star Wars games. EA grabbed a hold, and we had, you know, Squadrons and, you know, Star Wars Squadrons and Rogue Squad 1 or Rogue One, and then we had, you know, all the EA stuff and was it Battlefront? You know, the original Battlefront, then the Battlefront 2, and then we got the new versions of those Battlefronts, and again, EA did the that's grabby cashy, you know. And then Xbox, you know, and a couple, and some they did the Lucasfilms did the Knights of the Old Republic and Knights of Old Republic 2. So the games were really good. They've done really, really well compared to the games. But I mean, name another videos, movie studio that's done games that has done as well as that in comparison. You can't really. It's just not. I mean, Indiana Jones has probably done all right, but that went straight to Lego. That was great. They did the Lego thing, and they're like, sweet,
no, there is another one, Batman.
Ah, Batman. You are correct. Batman Arkham, dark, gritty, very realistic, great fighting style. I mean, yes, there you are. There is another one. There is Batman. There's probably more too. People will jump in the comments of whenever you put this out, and they'll be like, "Hey, but what about blah blah blah?" I'm like, "Sorry, we're not. We don't know everything.
We don't know everything. But
we know enough to at least have an opinion on it. Don't shoot us for it. Yeah. Well, But when it comes to that, look, I want to start seeing better games. I want to start seeing more movies. I mean, I know the pandemic has really, back to our original conversation at the beginning, COVID-19 has really wrecked a lot of lives. It's really wrecked a lot of production. It's really put anyone in isolation and locked everyone down. And we haven't seen a lot of great movies, great TV shows. We haven't seen any great games. Everything's sort of, we want the world to heal and get better before things start taking off. But look, I'm really excited for Foundation, Isaac Asimov's novel series coming to life on Thingo. I'm really looking forward to a lot of the games that are coming out soon, I'm really looking forward to the movies that are coming out soon. I had a look at some of the movies that are coming out, and look, mate, there's going to be a new Top Gun, which I'm really excited about. I'm really excited about the new Avatars that are coming out. I'm really excited about the new types of Star Wars shows that are coming out. I know Disney's trying to grab all that and go, but
Disney fucked everything.
Yeah, no, Disney just owns everything now, and they own Fox, so now they own everything else as well as everything else. So let's hope it goes through. The music industry seemed to have done all right through this whole pandemic. They seem to keep pumping out trash music, which is not good. I think we need some more rock and heavy metal and decent music and not just trash. But Well, I reckon it's been 2.5 hours. I think we should say thank you so much for listening to us rant and rave about all of our favorite subjects. We love talking about games, videos, and everything else, and about our lives, and about everything that's gone wrong. So thank you for listening.
Thank you so much.
If anyone sees this, when you do see this, Catastrophic Level Events is up and running. We are doing a live event on the 3rd of September, 2021, over at Airlie Beach. So if you're anywhere in Queensland, North Queensland, with Sundays, feel free, come on down, have a look. We're doing $5 entry and registration for everybody. Everyone can just come in, pay $5, check us out, play some games, talk, get to meet each other, stuff like that. We might even have Squirrel there on Skype or on Discord, so we can check it out and watch what we're doing and have a bit of fun and maybe help with some commentating on that. We haven't really nailed all that down yet, but turn up. Thanks for listening. Thank you, Squirrel, for inviting me to this pod session. It was actually kind of fun.
No, it's all
we'll
right.
Do more. We'll have to do more.
We've got a lot more to talk about once we do this again. Hopefully the podcast will pick up. And for anyone who sees this video, I'll be posting this on my YouTube channel and my Facebook page of Ohrisu as well. And don't forget to check out my Instagram as well if you're into that sort of stuff. If you guys don't know, Ohrisu is more on the adult side of the gaming world, so you can come check me out on my YouTube channel and Instagram. Also, you can follow me on Twitter. Really helps if you do. I post horrible things on there. So, but check it out.
I'm kid friendly. He's not. No.
Yeah, he's user friendly. I'm not. So if you're into the dirty stuff and you're looking to get a little wild, and at the same time though, my goal obviously is to keep Skyrim alive. So you guys helping me out and watching these videos really helps a lot. So thank you so much. Thank you for joining me, Seth. Really, really.
Thank you for
big
having
honor.
me. It's been a pleasure. Lovely talking to you.
Alrighty. Thank you so much, bro. Alright, thank you so much, everyone. Take care.
Bye, everyone.
Boom, that's done.